What's good, good people? Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. We getting a mic check, mic check, mic check. Maybe a little ear check too.
That's right, Dad.
Just checking out everything. Make sure everything is working right. Working right. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So we good? We good? All right. I'm not gonna make y'all hold up too much. We're gonna get into the content. Let's say 2 more minutes. We'll start at 9:20. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. Shout out to Hemi McFly for the beat. Nice, relaxing, low fly type beat. Let me get all my other gadgets together, get my other monitor together, so we could cover what's been going on today in the court news. I think there's a couple of interesting things that happened, and I definitely want to share it with y'all. We got the YSL trial. We also still have the trial on the brother NATUREBOY. I believe today was the last day of NATUREBOY's trial. They did closing arguments and they're ready for the jury to deliberate. So that's going to be interesting. But the judge did have a couple of interesting words for Mr. NATUREBOY today. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Just like y'all didn't believe it when yesterday, because to see the man trying to fire his lawyer yesterday and see what happened today, you were like, dang. But ears to the street here to break it down for you. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, share the content if you don't mind. Oh. You close that door for me, baby. Remember, the word game is up, man. All y'all gotta do is put a 5-letter word in there. See if it works. If it shows up, if it shows your word, if you see one letter that is in green, that means that letter is in the right place. If you see something in brown, a letter that's in brown, that means that letter is correct. It just needs to be in a different place. If the letter has no color to it, don't use that letter again. So that's how you figure out the word game. Guess the correct word as a chat. Tonight, what I'm gonna do, y'all, if you are the person who guesses the correct word, Ears to the Street will reward you with $2. $2. Hey man, I'm broke, man. Y'all don't be laughing at my $2, but $2 will go $2. Should I add $2 more on it? Nah, I'm gonna just keep it at $2. Y'all ain't gonna break me. I buy you a cigar or something for your blunt. Go buy you a coffee or something. Ain't gonna let y'all break me. I tell you what, we'll up it to 5. If y'all start breaking me though, I'm gonna kill that shit. I got about $20 to give away. Y'all get past that now. We're gonna have to stop this shit. You gotta be the person that get the word though. To get the word. You gotta be the person to get the word. Alright, y'all. So let's get started. I'm gonna turn my music down just in case it's in the way. I already see right now my mic, it want to play all kind of games. It's going in and out. It's going up and down. So maybe it's because of the music that I have playing. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. So salute to the chat. Tonight, y'all, we going to start out with the YSL news. We could go straight to the Nature Boy news, but I think the Nature Boy news is going to take a little bit longer because there's a couple of things that I want to run across y'all, some interesting points. But before we get there, let's swing on over to our YSL trial because we didn't cover that yesterday. Yesterday, they did a lot of deliberation of how they was going to allow this witness that's coming up to testify. So they finally figured it out. And this guy here was a part of that car crash that we've been hearing about. You know that car crash where 2 officers were following 2 young black men. They heard some gunshots. They seen one of the co-founders of YSL chasing behind another dude, shooting at him. And then they seen the dude, the officer came up, testified. He seen the dude running towards the car. He jumped in the burgundy car. They peeled off. They hit one of the cars that was in front of them. The officers started shooting at the car. The guys, they kind of drove over a little small cliff type thing that's, you know, kind of where the store is at. There's kind of a little cliff type thing. So amidst all the shooting, they drove over this cliff like thing. They pretty much flew over a cop car. Went into the side of a laundromat. All the people that was in the car jumped out and started running. Now, as far as the witnesses to what happened, you have one lady officer that claimed that she saw a big-breasted woman jump out of the driver's seat and that the woman had blonde hair. That's what one of the officers said. That was a woman. Another lady officer, one of the ones that was sitting in her car when the car flew over her, she claimed she saw 4 males jump out of the car. Don't remember what they looked like. They only caught one of them. One of them she was chasing behind. They told her to stop chasing them because they caught one of them. So that's all she remembers. She don't really know what they look like. You had another investigator that was investigating the crime. He got caught in his lie. He said that he didn't see any cameras around. So he didn't ask for any camera footage. He was the lead detective. Didn't see any camera around. Didn't look for any camera footage. He don't know who none of the dudes is. Kind of looked like he did a sloppy investigation because the defense attorney came up there. and he showed evidence that there was a camera. He showed evidence of a camera right there, right above where the car was wrecked into the building at. So there's some inconsistencies when it comes to the witnesses of the DA, especially when it comes to all these cops. Every cop that we've seen come up here, we done caught their ass in some type of lie or another. So now we have a guy here who is believed to be one of the guys in the car. But for some reason, y'all, he came up here and this dude caught a whole bunch of amnesia. Yeah, he caught a whole bunch of amnesia when he got up here. I ain't lying. And I'm going to show y'all what I mean. But salute to the chat. Let's get into the actual testimony. I should call this dude Mr. Amnesia because that's all he had. Yeah. Let me come on camera, y'all. I got my hoodie on because I just came from outside. So I'm still a little bit chilly. I don't want Bay to turn on the heat because it might get too hot in this joker. Too hot, too fast. So, y'all hit the like button. Let's get into this testimony and see what this guy got to say for the Young Thug trial.
I'm going to take your attention back to September 11th of 2013. Do you recall that date?
In 2013, I don't really recall nothing that happened in 2013.
So this man starting out saying he don't remember nothing. He ain't even heard nothing this woman done said yet. He already starting out. He don't remember shit that happened in 2013. I think the gang done had a little talk with this nigga before he came in here. This man don't want no part of any kind of gang related shit right now. This man done changed his life. He don't want no smoke. Y'all, our words start with B and it ends with an N. Our word starts with a B, end with an N. It does not have an I in it. It does not have an A in it. It does not have an R in it. And it does not have a W in it. So don't put none of those letters in it. R, W, O, A, or I. It's a word that starts with a B, end with an N. 5-letter word.
Well, let me ask you a more specific question. Do you recall ever crashing a vehicle into a coin laundry at Cleveland Avenue in Old Hayfield?
I really don't remember.
Boy, stop your damn line. Nigga, I remember crashing years ago and chipping my teeth. You ain't gonna tell me you crashed into a whole fucking laundromat and you don't remember a crash. But see, he must have not have got one of these charges where they can, if he get caught lying, they can try to get him locked up. He must be ain't one of the ones that got a charge.
I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as
So it's probably BU something, y'all. It's probably starting with BU.
JW exhibit number 80 as in 80 and ask you if you recognize it is. And if you could, when the assistant minister for the moment is, I'm going to show him one as well. So since there he was, I'll just have to. And as soon as
Damn it. My bad, y'all.
I'm going to take your attention, ask you if you recognize the items shown in this picture.
Can I say something?
You
Does it got to pertain to this?
Huh?
Can I say something?
Okay. after you answer the question, which you have to do,
Because I don't remember nothing that happened in 2013. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I understand.
That nigga trying to stop from having to explain any damn thing. That nigga said, I don't remember shit happened 2013. Damn, you had a baby in 2013. I don't remember that motherfucker. That nigga don't remember nothing. Hey, but you know when a nigga don't even want to participate.
What I have to do is ask you some questions and determine what you do and don't remember. So, what is your response as to whether or not you recognize the images shown in Defendant's Exhibit number 8?
I don't remember.
All right. And I'm going to show you Defendant's Exhibit number 81. Do you recognize what's shown there?
No, ma'am.
All right. What about number 101 for Defendant Exhibits?
You see a car, but I don't remember it.
Okay, that's fine. Is your answer the same for Defendant's Exhibit number 82, number 89, and Defendant's Exhibit 90?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, Mr. B, approximately what time of the year was it, or when was it that you first met me on your job? Do you remember?
I just met you this year.
So it's in 2024 that you met me for the first time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And did you meet anyone else from the district attorney's office in the last 2 years besides myself?
I haven't had a chance to talk. I haven't talked to nobody, met anybody, or anything. I've been working, minding my business, and that's all I've been doing.
Thank you. And do you recognize any persons that are seated at either the table I'm pointing at here or the table behind us here? Do you recognize either of these 4 individuals?
No, ma'am.
Looking around the courtroom, do you recognize anyone else inside the courtroom?
No, ma'am.
That nigga say he don't know nobody, so you don't even know who Thug is. Hey, but this nigga keeping it a G. I don't even recognize, but he's sticking straight to the street code. This is how you stick to the street code.
Do you know a person by the name of Jeffrey Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know 2 people by the name of Jeffrey Williams? Do you know a person named Jeffrey Williams that is also called Young Thug?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you known him?
I don't know him like that. I know him just because of rapper.
I'm sorry.
I don't know him like that.
You know him just what?
Musical.
Music.
Through music.
Okay. Is it your testimony that you have no personal knowledge of Jeffrey Williams, known as Young Thug?
No personal dealings with. No, I don't know him. Like we don't grow up together. We didn't hang together.
When you say, I don't know him like that, but you know him, would you explain to the jury how you know him?
Music. Listening to music.
And have you ever had any?
Heard of his music.
You've only heard of his music. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In 2013, did you know Jeffrey Williams Jr.?
I really don't have any knowledge about 2013, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to get you.
But that boy sticking to he don't know nothing about 2013. But don't ask me about 2014. Ask me about 2012. Don't ask me about no motherfucking 2013. That boy sticking to his gun.
You to understand that I don't really have any knowledge about 2013. Once I have went to prison and came home from prison and done my time, everything that happened in 2013 or whatever has been put behind me and set forth. So I've been, working and just doing my thing since I came home from prison. I don't have no knowledge of nothing that happened 10 years ago.
When did you go to prison?
I think it's around 2015, something like that.
2015?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you went to prison,
And I came home 2017.
the incident that you went to prison for, what year did that incident take place?
I can't recall.
Boy, stop your damn line. Everybody know when the fuck they went to prison. Ain't no... Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I hit the wrong button. It ain't not one person on this damn green earth that went to prison and can't tell you the exact day they went to prison. The exact day they got out. Boy, this boy, they must can't do nothing to him. They must can't do nothing to this boy. Cause this nigga coming up there telling big bold-faced lies. Big bold-faced lies. With no hesitation. None at all. No regards. Like, fuck you. You know I'm lying. I'm still gonna tell you what I want to tell you.
Do you recall the sentence that you got?
I don't remember.
Are you still under that sentence?
I don't remember.
This man say he don't remember his sentence. This man say he don't remember his sentence. Bro, you just got out of 2017. I remember my sentence 20 years later. This nigga said I don't remember, but hey, I ain't gonna lie, boy, he keeping it G.
Remember?
Do you recall getting hit by a car on September 11th of 2013?
So due to the lack of things that I was doing back in the days, I don't really have no knowledge of nothing.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
If you don't stop your damn line, you got hit by a whole damn car and you trying to tell these folks you don't remember? You got hit by a whole damn car, bro. Come on now, bro. You know, yeah, I get it though. Ain't nobody fucking around. Niggas ain't trying to be labeled that snitch. Hell nah. That man said I ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
I put everything behind me from back then, and I just left everything. I've been kind of blacked out ever since then about everything that went on with me in my life back then.
Okay. And what things are you talking about, Mr.
She trying to set him up. Cause you say you don't remember shit, so what shit you talking about you don't remember, nigga? Fuck around and say some shit that got that you just told me you ain't remember.
Suffered from Molly. I don't know if y'all familiar with that.
You said you suffered from Molly?
Yes, ma'am.
What? Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know if it.
This nigga say he suffered from Molly. Like Molly is a damn disease. Yeah, I suffer. Nigga, you suffer from cancer. You suffer from a stroke. You suffer from a heart attack. You don't suffer from a drug, nigga, that you voluntarily took. This nigga say, I suffer from Molly.
Anybody in the courtroom is familiar with that? I took a lot of drugs back in the day, and it shit, maybe a lot of things went wrong with me and my family. So I kind of like, you know, since I straightened my life out, after coming home from prison, everything had just been white blank. I ain't remembering nothing that went on back then or nothing that had anything that going on with anybody else. It's just been just me and my life and trying to just stay successful and free and just keep living the way I've been living in this city of Atlanta.
Thank you. Now, how long have you been clean? And congratulations on being clean.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance. How long were the objections to Matthews?
Been clean now for quite some time, 3-4 years now.
Congratulations. And when you said that you were on drugs, How long were you on drugs?
I bruised them.
How long did you abuse drugs?
You did what? You a bruiser. You did a what? But this nigga got that goddamn Medea tongue now.
From what year to what?
I can't recall.
Where did you get your drugs from?
I can't recall.
I'm gonna overrule the objection, Mr. Matthews.
When I asked you earlier if you recognize anyone in the courtroom besides me, would you tell the jury if you see the person that you called Jeffrey Williams, known as Young Thug, in the courtroom? Look around the entire courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is he located?
I mean, he's over on that side right there.
Would you describe what he's wearing so that the record properly reflects who you're talking about?
I mean, right there, suit, black tie.
And is he seated between a young lady in a yellow dress and a young man in a blue suit?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, would the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant, Jeffrey Williams?
It shall.
Thank you. Were you familiar with Jeffrey Williams on September 11th of 2013?
I can't recall.
When did you first meet Jeffrey Williams?
Man, this boy lying like a motherfucker. Hey, y'all. I think I know what the word might be. Somebody help me out, though. Okay, B-E. I think the first two letters are B-E. I don't know what the third letter is, but the last two letters are U-N. B-E something U-N. B-E-U-N. Because it ends with an N. The U has to be, gotta be the second to the last letter. B is the first letter. So B something something U-N. Y'all figure that out. Right. B-Gun, damn. You right. B-Gun. Well, put that shit in there. Yeah, I put it in. B-Gun. Damn, that ain't work. Let's try it again.
I can't recall.
You said that you knew
I only
Jeffrey.
know Jeffrey Milligan through making music now.
Okay.
Rapper. And being in the neighborhood, like surrounding neighborhood, Cleveland Avenue, but I don't know him like personally. Me and him has no dealings. I don't hang with Jeffrey Williams. I'm not a member of YSL. I'm not nothing. I don't have no parts of anything that's going on with nothing that I can recall of.
Hey, boy, he made that shit real clear. I ain't no member of YSL. I ain't got shit going on with none of this shit. I don't even know why the fuck you got me up here making me take a day off of work, all this bullshit. I ain't participating in none of your fuck shit. You might as well just let me get up out of here. I'm not good for your trial.
What did you call Jeffrey Williams?
Ma'am?
What did you call Jeffrey Williams? You said you knew him by his music. What did you call him back in 2013?
The songs he had.
I'm gonna overrule the objection, Mr. Matthews.
I never really called him anything.
When you referred to him, did you use a particular name?
No, ma'am.
If you know him by his music, what is the name that you know him by his music?
The music? Young Thug.
Young Thug, okay. And since you do know his music, what was the earliest music of his that you are familiar with?
I can't recall.
Are you familiar with a release of his came from nothing?
No, ma'am.
All right, so that's all they had on that one in particular. So as we see, that witness there, he wasn't too much, participating in too much of nothing. So I wasn't gonna go over, all of his shit, but that's pretty much how that went, in the YSL trial. He will be coming back again tomorrow because they didn't get to finish questioning him. And you also have the defense that have to do a cross-examination. So the cross-examination of him going to be real interesting. So we'll hear the cross-examination tomorrow when that comes up. So let's jump on over here to old Nature Boy. Let's jump on over to old Nature Boy. Before we do that, though, y'all, Ears has damn near figured out the word. The word has A, E, and R. So the first two letters, the first letter and the third letter, we got to figure out. So let's get into Nature Boy. Today, Nature Boy, he still wanted to make a big deal about the COVID situation. So yesterday we seen where he tried to fire his lawyer, right? When he went back to the jailhouse, this smart ass nigga goes back to the jailhouse, y'all, and get on IG Live. Yes, y'all. He went back to the jailhouse, y'all, and went and got on IG Live. Now, before we hear what he had to say on IG Live, let's just hear what the folks had to say about, today, about him trying to, argue and fight with the judge over this COVID situation. And then what she had to say about him going on IG Live. And I'm going to let y'all hear what it was he said on IG Live that might have compromised his own trial. This guy's damn near sabotaging his own trial. Salute, Halima.
You on the polygamist cult leader trial and a very interesting moment that just happened a couple minutes ago. This case is happening in Georgia. There's the defendant sitting with his attorney. His name is ELIGIO NATUREBOY Bishop. Yeah, he calls himself the Nature Boy. He's accused of raping one of his followers and then distributing revenge porn after she tried to leave the cult. Now, court resumed on Tuesday after being dark on Wednesday due to the judge having COVID. Moments ago, Bishop's defense team was pushing for a longer COVID break, and the judge responded by revealing that the defendant did an Instagram live video from the jail on Wednesday.
You big dummy. I ain't got it set up. I need to get that.
You stupid.
I need to get that, you big dummy, what's the name? Now, if you know you on trial, why in the hell would you go back and get on the internet, get on any kind of social media? If you know that the whole world possibly is watching you, you know you're on trial, you know you're a public figure. Why would you go do that? Makes zero sense. Unless he's trying to, get a mistrial. But the judge already said, nigga, ain't nothing you gonna do to ease your ass out of here.
Take a look.
No, you're fine. That Mr. Bishop was on a live through a jail call yesterday during which he indicated his desire that the case resolve in a mistrial so that the case would be assigned to another judge.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Bishop, I know you're doing everything you possibly can to try to get this case to go away, or at least get away from me. But that's not how it works. So, okay, we've got the feed going. So
Mr. Bishop has indicated he did not make that statement on the jail law.
Okay. All right, there wasn't. It's interesting how he was able to post an Instagram live post from the jail, but somebody emailed my office that there was some post. I wouldn't, don't talk about it, Mr. Bishop. It's not going to help you. All right. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break so we can get the Zoom link, and then we'll resume.
Florida homeowners, did you know that right now you can get a brand new AC unit?
Y'all, this word right here is real tricky because they're saying that it's not an R. The R don't go on the third word, but it don't go on the first letter either. How is that possible? That's weird. I thought it was rare too. So if the R don't go on the third letter, but the R don't go on the first letter either. Helima, all the letters that are in green, those are the letters that they're in the right place. The letters that are brown, those letters are good, but they're in the wrong place. The letters that are not colored at all, those letters are not to be used. So we're trying to guess what the word is. And right now we got one more guess. So the word is blank A blank ER. Blank A blank ER. I thought the word started with an R. I think the word probably still starts with an R. I'm not sure.
For your home at no cost to you. That's right, Florida.
Oh my gosh, his poor attorney. Did you see his attorney shaking his head? That tells me he had no idea, and he's disgusted by the behavior, as the judge was. I want to bring in my guests. Let's talk about this a little bit. I have with me Corey Pegues and Dr. Janie Lacey. Corey, defendants just never cease to amaze us, don't they? This guy's in jail on trial being accused of rape, and he goes live on Instagram from the jail.
Well, listen, truth be told, that's quite common now. If you look on YouTube, you see all these prisoners in prison with cell phones. I don't know if the protocols are.
And he's right about that. Like, everybody in the chain gang right now got a cell phone. I got a nephew doing time. He called me on the cell phone all the time. Nigga be texting me and shit, telling me to hit him on Cash App. I was like, what the fuck? When the hell?
When we look at people that join communities that are cult-like, there are a lot of people that are vulnerable, that are looking to be accepted, that are looking to be part of something.
Y'all know what, though? I don't think it's fair that they continue on the news to call him a cult leader. They should at least put alleged cult leader. See, because when they put cult leader to the people who've never been, familiar with the man's lifestyle or all of that stuff, you're pretty much putting something in their head that, that you should at least allow the man his fair day in court. So I kind of understand where the man coming from when he feel like the news is using propaganda to try to, influence the jury.
And I would probably go out to say that he took advantage of a lot of people that were probably looking for certain types of community and acceptance, of people that were more of a vulnerable nature in many different ways, and uplifting himself.
Hey, Mika, don't be looking at me like that. I tried to solve it. I thought it was pager. Y'all couldn't figure out what it was. I had to figure out what it was. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to use an R. My bad. I should have put, never mind.
And a very godlike figure to almost be in the place where he's in this fantasy world, that there's a seriousness nature going on. And yes, there's commonality. People have cameras. They can do all these other types of things on social media. But there's also this reality where there's empathy and there's compassion. And when we lack those types of dynamics in our personality, it says a lot about that people are objects and that they believe potentially that they are better than everyone else.
Which I think that's a stretch, to say about, this man, and what he does.
Do you want to travel more?
Because I'm not for him. I don't want y'all to think just because every now and then I give a good case for him that I'm like, okay, I think this man totally innocent and all that shit. I don't know. I'm just going off of the evidence. I'm just calling it down the middle. And I just want to see everybody get a fair trial. The way the media is going about this, I don't feel like they giving the man a fair trial.
Your God. I am.
Because right now, they're going into the, when he was telling them, his vision of God, which he said, yeah, I am God, but I believe you are God. Everybody's God. But, you know, you could tell they're kind of poking fun of this ideal. Listen to him.
Watch it together now. ELIGIO Bishop did an interview. Jeannie, this is so helpful. And as you're saying this, I'm thinking back to when this ELIGIO did an interview with police, and honest to goodness, he told police that he is God. We have the clip. Let's watch it together now.
See, they won't say he's saying he is God and everybody is God. They're just trying to make the man sound real weird by saying he just saying that he is God. And this is kind of a little, you know, disturbing that they're, you know, they're pushing the narrative.
What about the guys there that and the girls that claim that you are God? I am God. I believe I'm God. Okay. I do. I believe that I'm God. I believe we're God. I believe everything is connected. I believe that you're God. I believe that the way I treat you is how I treat God. I believe you don't treat God. We don't praise an invisible God. We praise each other. The way I treat you is how I treat God. I don't put God in my mind. I put God as you. And I love you as I love God. And my relationship with you is my relationship with God. We're God. We're all one. We're one earth, one source. We're all breathing the same air on this one rock in the middle of nowhere. Flying into the dimensions of the abyss of darkness. We're all on this one rock together. And we gotta get along. This is what I'm teaching. We can't keep fighting. The black people don't want to hear it. They don't, but I've been breaking through. I've been breaking, see that, all that happening right now, that's going to be on the news. That's going to put my name on the news. And like, nation's on the news. So I'm looking at this like, okay, cool, this is good. This is what I need. I need press to get people to listen to me. Because they keep treating me as a joke. I'm telling them mathematics of the universe. I'm saying, listen, we need to eat this food. We need to get this much sunlight. We need to get out of the hood, put the guns away. This is what we need to do. Because we keep ending up behind bars. So we have to live in tune with the lane. And this is my message to the people.
Like I said, the tenets of the cult: veganism, nudism, and polygamy. And he says he is God. Dr. Janie, you told us all about this. It's like without even seeing that, you knew this is the kind of guy we're dealing with here, huh?
When you think the nature that that they are God.
All right.
At Lemonade, we're changing insurance.
Discuss his ability to testify or not testify in that context.
And his attorney, and she's been great with him on the law. He reconsidered and returned to.
They are God, or God isn't all of us necessarily take advantage of people. So there's definitely some different other things going on in this case.
Oh, for sure. Dr. Janie, this is so helpful. Thank you. I want to let you both know we just got another update here. So apparently after he decided to not be present, he reconsidered and returned to the courtroom. We want to show you a live look where now he's objecting to the judge being there. He's had a lot of back and forth with this judge who is very smart. She's been great with him on the law, trying to protect his rights, essentially, when he was saying the other day he may not feel like coming to court. He may fire his attorney, and she was very patient. Let's see how her patience may be tested here.
All right, have you discussed?
Now, let me remind y'all, the judge ended up testing positive for COVID on Monday. The judge tested positive for COVID on Monday. I believe he was considering going to take the stand. He was considering to take the stand. He's acting like he doesn't want to take the stand knowing that she tested positive for COVID on Monday. Now, COVID protocol is you get COVID, you're supposed to stay out for 5 days. So he's pushing the issue of this judge isn't supposed to be here. We need to delay the trial because she has COVID. So he's giving them a hard time about being in this courtroom because the judge has COVID. And just like he was saying yesterday when he was telling that he wanted to get rid of his lawyer, probably because he felt like his lawyer wasn't doing enough to get rid of the judge, which the lawyer can't do nothing about that. Now he doesn't want to be in the courtroom while the judge is in there. He'd rather go back to the jailhouse while they finish court without him.
His ability to testify or not testify in that context?
And that's another objection that we would have, Judge, because obviously his ability to testify and to defend his case from the jail, he doesn't feel like it's a choice or an option that he has. He's happy to be in the court if the CDC guidelines are followed, in his opinion, but if the CDC guidelines are not followed, he feels compelled to follow his own health and his own best interest. And so he is going to go to the jail and observe his trial there. He understands that his ability to testify, and I believe his ability to testify will certainly be encumbered if he chooses to testify. But at this point, I think he's going to take his own health over anything else. So I advise him of his right to testify or not testify. I do think that he will not choose to testify under these circumstances, but you can certainly inquire of him and explain to him his right, because obviously that's what the court will do.
All right. Well, the trial is going forward.
Salute, power, and knowledge.
We've been through that significantly. We, just for the record, we did recess Tuesday afternoon for the rest of the day Tuesday and all day yesterday. We are back here. It is Thursday, and we are ready to go forward. We had a company come in and sanitize the courtroom. We have.
Oh shit, somebody got the word right. Who got the word right? Chocolate Candy Lady? Was it Prowl or was it Proxy? Chocolate Candy Lady! Alright, I owe you $2, Chocolate Candy Lady. You gotta give me your cash app. Give me your cash app. Send it to my email. I know you don't want everybody to know your cash out. Send your cash out to my email.
Have a machine, an air circulation filtration system going in the courtroom.
Oh yeah, you're $5. My bad.
Provided masks for all of anybody who wants them. Spectators, anybody, jurors, lawyers. And you can have 2 masks. You want a double mask? You can double mask. I am going to continue to wear a mask during the trial. And I think, frankly, folks are safer now than they were on Monday because now I'm wearing a mask. Oh, we have shields? Where's the get him a shield? What's the? Okay. What did we do? All right, put it over the mask. All right, we can.
I got you, Chocolate Candy Lady. I ain't gonna play with your money. I already know y'all don't play about that money. I got you. Don't be trying to get no more right now. I can't be paying you all the money now.
Where is it? Will you get one? Sure. Okay, we have a face shield too. We can put a face shield on them. Deputies.
So they try everything in the world to try to satisfy this nigga. They gonna give him a face shield. They try letting him go to the back of the courtroom. You know, everything in the world. And he just want to delay this thing as much as possible.
Are they okay with that?
He's not going to want a face shield, Judge.
He doesn't want a face shield.
He's not asking for a face shield.
I understand.
He's indicating that the court is still positive for COVID, and because of that, he does not want to be in the courtroom. He's elected to take advantage of his own health. He's entitled to do that.
Sure.
That's...
All right, just make sure the record is clear that I am not instructing that he leave the courtroom. My preference is for him to stay and participate in his defense with his attorney. However, If he does not want to be here, we will make arrangements for him to observe the proceedings from the jail courtroom.
But he does want to be here, Judge. He just
Well,
doesn't want to be
it's
here.
his.
So the nigga want to be there, but he don't want to be there, but he want to be there, but he don't want to be there. Talking about, boy, a nigga being a diva in the courtroom. Talking about being a diva in the courtroom.
Choice. So I want him here. Everybody else is here. Everybody else is fine. Jurors are here ready to go. Attorneys are here ready to go. The only person that has a problem is Mr. Bishop. So that is his right, and I'm not infringing upon that. If he is uncomfortable being in this courtroom, I will consider it a voluntary absence, and we will bring him back to the jail, where he will put on his orange jumpsuit, and he will observe the trial from the jail courtroom.
He is aware of that, Judge, and if he would just go ahead and go through his right to testify or not.
Yep. All right. Mr. Bishop, Mr. Bishop, do you understand? I need to know you understand these things. Mr. Bishop.
Judge.
This nigga still passing by messages. Man, tell that bitch this.
Yeah.
Mr. Bishop would like to inquire.
And being that the lawyer on the verge of getting fired, and he just want to get this shit over here, like, fuck it, whatever dumbass shit this nigga want to say, I'ma just say it. Fuck it. I just want to get this shit over with.
All right, if the court would state on the record whether you're still positive for COVID or not.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh shit. Y'all heard him, y'all? Hold on, let me rewind that back. I might have talked over it.
Bishop would like.
Mr. Bishop.
Judge.
Yeah.
Mr. Bishop would like to inquire if the court would state on the record whether you're still positive for COVID or not.
I have no idea.
Boy, y'all see how she just lied like that, y'all? Y'all. See, he just helped himself out with his mistrial. I mean, not with his mistrial, but his appeal. He said, I just want to put it on record. Did you test positive for COVID again? She said, I have no idea. The CDC guidelines say, if you test positive for COVID, you ain't supposed to come back to work until you test negative. For the sole fact she just sat up there and say, I have no idea, that means you ain't even retest yourself before you came back. Look at all these people around here with no mask on, knowing that this woman got COVID. He actually has a good point. They ain't gonna give a damn. But he does have a good point. You putting everybody at risk in there.
I don't know. I was positive on Monday night. I feel 1,000,000 times better today than I did on.
She said she tested positive Monday night. It's Thursday morning. So you the only person in the world get rid of COVID in 2 days. How you the only talking about I just feel better? That don't mean shit. How you literally come to work knowing you got COVID? Knowing you got COVID, you done put on a little mask, whatever. I don't give a shit. The rules are the rules.
Monday night.
He just wants the record to reflect that you're here in court. You could be potentially still positive for COVID. And his options are to be positive, be in the courtroom with someone who's positive for COVID or not.
All right, we've gone through, yeah, I understand. You've made your record.
She don't like that. That's the facts, ma'am. Y'all love to deal in the facts. Why y'all mad because the man wanted to be on record? He just wanted on record. The facts. That everybody want to follow all the rules until it come down to, the CDC guideline. And she gonna say, yeah, they about to change the guideline. Yeah, but they ain't changed yet, man. You got COVID. I got to take this man's side on that. You got COVID. Either y'all delay the trial, y'all could have waited till next week. What's the hurry? You end the trial Tuesday, y'all could have came back Monday. And you could have, checked to see if you still tested positive. If you tested positive, you shouldn't be around none of these people. Not just him, but none of these people. Because guess what? You can give it to you could give it to one of these officers. One of these officers could give it to him, and he could take it back to the jailhouse and give it to all those inmates in there. And all it takes is one person to die. And all that shit fall back on you, man.
Mr. Bishop, you've made your point. It's interesting to me for all sorts of reasons that that's your concern, but at any rate.
So Mr. Bishop clearly instructing his counsel there to let her honor know that he objects to her being in the courtroom. He's saying he has COVID-19 concerns. Apparently the judge had it, has returned, is wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask, and he is trying to use COVID as a reason to delay the trial. The judge has indicated over and over again that while they were on the little break there, we're after this. Terry makes you accused polygamist cult leader ELIGIO NATUREBOY Bishop is being tried. He's accused of raping a woman who tried to
my bad, y'all. My bad.
Leave the cult and then disseminating revenge porn of her when she did. Now, these are very serious allegations, and Bishop is asking his attorney to make arguments to the court to stop the trial because of COVID-19 concerns. And the judge is explaining the guidelines, and the trial is moving forward.
It's for you to go back to the jail and observe the proceedings in the jail courtroom. Do you understand that if you do that, you're not going to be able to talk to your attorney necessarily throughout the trial? You're not going to be able to whisper in his ear. You're not going to be able to consult with him periodically. It's going to be a lot more difficult for you to communicate with your attorney. Do you understand that?
I do not understand.
Okay, well, your attorney can explain it to you.
That nigga said, I do not understand. She said, your attorney explain it to you. Why do they ask you those questions, and when you don't say what they want you to say, they get a little, you know, they get a little, what they call it? They get a little antsy. Yeah, they get a little antsy when you don't give them the kind of response that they really want to hear.
Also, you will have the right to testify in this case in your defense if you would like. You do not have to. It is entirely up to you. If you choose to testify, you will be subject to cross-examination like any other witness would be. If you do not testify, I will instruct the jury that they are not allowed to hold that against you in any manner. And you can consult with your attorney about whether or not you want to testify, or whether or not it's in your best interest, but ultimately the decision has to be made by you. So,
we have, Judge, we discussed whether or not he wants to testify or not, and he will tell you in a second whether he chooses to do so, but he wants to make sure the record is clear that his ability to be here in court, he doesn't feel like he's had any other option but to take his own health at issue. Is not something that he's just elected to do. He's indicated that he's not going to be here in a courtroom where someone testifies over COVID. He's not going to. And so he understands that going to the jail is his option. That's what he's done to elect. He has indicated that he does not want the trial to start, and so he's at the jail and on the camera and able to see what's going on in his own trial.
okay, well, again, as I mentioned,
Damn, my bad. They're trying to say fuck this man health and just trying to, you know, still doing it. Even though most likely ain't nothing gonna happen. But at the same time, hey, y'all the ones made the guidelines. You can't bend the guidelines because you see a black man and you feel like, oh, well, nah, this nigga can't be making no demands, no requests. Nah, you can't do that. He a citizen. You can't go on with the trial when you got somebody in the courtroom that got COVID. Delay the damn trial. Yeah, you still probably gonna find the man guilty.
He's the only person who has an issue with this. So the trial is going forward with him here or with him in the courtroom jail. That is his decision. Also, Mr. Bishop, if you choose to go back to the jail to observe the trial, you're not going to be able to change your mind and come back. There's too much involved. Time, it's going to take about 30 minutes to get you there, dressed out, and back into the courtroom, and we don't have time for the back and forth business. So once you exercise this option that I am giving you, and this is, make no mistake, this is your choice. This is your choice, okay? If you exercise your option to do this, that's on you, and you're not gonna be able to undo it. You're not gonna be able to come back for parts of it. So you either stick around and we finish this trial, or you go to the jail courtroom and you observe.
And Judge, again, he's indicating it's not a matter of his choice. He doesn't feel like he has an option, so it's not a choose A or B. It's a not going to remain in the courtroom because there's someone here that's positive with COVID. So he's asking, he understands it. He's asking if we will just give him time to get back to the jail, get this out, and he was just asking whether or not he intends to testify. Mr. Bishop, do you intend to testify in this case? Do you feel like you have an option to testify?
I have an option, but I don't know if I want to.
Okay. If you are, so you're going to have to be the part of yes or no whether you intend to testify or not at this point.
I don't know.
So he's making it where if he decide to testify, then that means he got to get closer to the judge. But she got COVID. Yeah, bitch, all the air that you breathing around your desk got COVID. Everybody that come in here, you're putting them at risk of COVID. On paper, that don't look good, to be honest. On paper, that don't look good. Because if one other person end up testing positive for COVID, she gonna be in some real shit.
Okay, well, then we'll ask him again. I notified him of his rights on the record. I will ask you again outside the presence of the jury at the conclusion of the defendant's evidence. If you want to testify or not. And if you do, you'll have to testify from the jail courtroom without having your attorney there. Your attorney will be here. Do you understand that?
No.
Okay, well, I can't make it any clearer. Yes, Mr. Coveney?
I can just put two things on the record.
Yes, please.
One, I just want to establish that we do have technology that would allow Mr. Bishop to testify from the jail courtroom and stream that live into the courtroom.
Yes, we do.
Possible.
Yeah, I
See, now they went and got some goddamn technology where they can let that man scream it from the jailhouse. Because remember, at first they were saying that, nah, we can't let you scream from the jailhouse. When he was asking about that yesterday, they said they couldn't let him. Now they done figured out a way to let him do it from the jailhouse. Because they know they wrong. But you ain't got no more excuses now, nigga, once they start letting you scream from the jailhouse.
said he could testify from the jail courtroom.
Secondly, I think that
So now they making it where that nigga could testify from the jailhouse.
there was some confusion earlier about the current CDC guidelines. We all know they're in the process of changing, but I have it pulled up, cdc.gov, isolation protocols. If you test positive for COVID-19, stay home for at least 5 days, but then it counts day 0 is the onset of symptom, or is the day of symptom onset regardless of when you test positive. So it also says you are most likely to be infectious during these first 5 days. Wear a high quality mask if you must be around others at home and in public, and don't go to places where you're unable to wear a mask. So it contemplates being around other people. Of course it does. It says wear a mask. We are in 2024, the end of February, beginning of March tomorrow.
It's been 4 years.
4 years removed from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a legal system, we need to learn to live with this. The state is asking the court to go forward, and that's what we have to do.
And Judge, if I have a chance to respond to that. I get that we're 4 years ahead, but right over here in this box where the jurors are sitting, we still have plexiglass up that the jurors can't be beside each other. We had, only 4 years ago, a few million people across this world and country that died as a result of COVID-19. There are people, the hospital still were overwhelmed. My client, he gets one life, and he's elected not to be in the courtroom with someone. His position is that we don't even know if you're positive or negative at this point. You haven't taken another test. And so ultimately, Judge,
What was true? What you mean, Joshua? Was it truth, ears, or no? So this nigga, he just looking for something he can agree with. He over there shaking his head. Oh yeah, that nigga finally said something good. I can agree with him right here. That woman ain't got another COVID test. She shouldn't be tested positive in there. Oh no, the word wasn't true. The word was I have to go back and see.
his position is that he understands the prejudice that will exist, but it's not a prejudice that he feels that he has created by being placed in the jail court. He's going to go back to the jail court. Whether he chooses to testify at that point or not will be a decision that he will make. Because at this point, I don't know that he's made a ultimate decision, but he's elected to go to the jail court, and he will dress out in his orange garb, and he will pop up on the screen and watch it just like everybody else. So we're ready to get going.
All right, let's do it. We'll be in recess until we get Mr. Bishop.
Okay, so back to the jail he will go. His decision.
It was something with an E in it. I don't know exactly what the word was. It had an E in it though. Quest. I think it was something like that. No, it wasn't Quest. So that's pretty much what happened when he chose not to do this whole thing today, but then he chose
everyone
to stay.
being in compliance with the CDC guidelines. He thinks he's safer from COVID in the jail. Okay. Well, if he does an Instagram Live again, the judge is going to be watching for it. All right.
So now I know this got to be the question that they got to be asking, right? Nigga, how are you worried about in the courtroom if you going to get COVID? But you in the jail sharing a cell with people that come in every day. You're sharing a jailhouse with officers that come in every day. You got people that come in off the street every day, even though he has been locked up all this time. So I don't know if he's in isolation or what, but I mean, you're around a lot of people every day. You don't know if they tested positive for COVID or not. So I know this got to be, a joke to them. Now, before I let y'all hear the rant that he went on IG from behind bars, might I add y'all, and it's very interesting what he's saying. But before I go into what he's saying, let's go over a couple of the testimonies of the witnesses that have come up. Let's listen to what they said, just a little bit of what they said. And then that way when we hear what he's saying on Instagram Live about how he feel about the trial going on, it'll make a little more sense. Now, let me give y'all this person here probably had some Nature Boy stuff a year ago. Let me see. I seen somebody had a video of some shit going on Nature Boy shit. I'll find it. But okay, here's one cult leader testimony, part 1. And he got a whole bunch of small clips. So we're just going to check out these small clips of what some ex-cult members, so-called cult members had to say. And just, we already heard what the woman had to say. But we're going to listen to what she said also. So let's check out these short clips of testimonies.
Two or three albums. Mm-hmm. These are multi-song music albums.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are they under the name of Carbonation?
Yes.
Okay. And were these things that you guys recorded and created there together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did it include singing and other things?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Sustain, you got them on direct.
Sure. Thank you, Judge. So when you were present in the house, was Mr. Bishop in a relationship with several women?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you ever see Mr. Bishop in a position where he was being violent toward women?
No.
Okay. I want to take you specifically. I think you said.
Now, I think these are the witnesses that the defendant brought up. And it's very important to hear that. You never seen the man be violent towards the women. Now, will there be any women that would come and say something different? I don't know.
That you got there first in 2021. Was there a time that you were in California in 2021?
No, sir.
Okay. Was there a time that you were ever with the group in California?
No, sir.
Were you with the group everywhere they went?
Well, when I got there in Puerto Rico, yes.
Okay. So from March of 2021 until how long were you with the group? For what time frames?
From March 2021 till March 2022.
Okay. All right. So let's go to March 24th of 2022. Were you at the house that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. At that house, that's the same Atlanta house we've been talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many people had cars there?
There were 2 cars.
Okay. Do you know what kind of cars they were?
No, I don't remember. I know it was a burgundy car and a black car.
Okay. And were those cars used to transport everybody around?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know who had access to those cars?
Yes. I had access to the car. Mr. Bishop, True had access to the car. Who else had access? Believe
I don't know what that was, y'all. I think that's in the video, y'all. Whoever this person goddamn did this.
On the board back there, which name did you go by?
Jax.
Okay. And was that a name that you had before you got in the group, or was that a name that you had after you got in the group?
That was the name I had before I got in the group.
Okay. What is that? If you can tell us, what does that name mean?
God has been gracious and shown favor.
God has been gracious and shown favor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was a name that people before. So did people know you by that name before 2021?
No, that's the name I gave myself before I left Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. So on your way to Puerto Rico, you wanted to create a name for yourself, so that's the name you created.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So going to March 24th, 2022, can you describe what's happening in the house that day? Is there a party? What's happening in the house?
That day we had company over.
Okay.
The usual. I think we went live, had some music.
So ain't nothing too much going on right there. Let me see something. I got a testimony part 2, part 3. And they only like a minute, 2 minutes long, so let's see what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. So you were asked to go get her bags because you understood she wanted to leave.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said before we go further, you said you were shutting down for the night and cleaning up. Shutting what down?
We were cleaning up.
Okay.
We were going to take it down for the night, go to sleep.
Okay.
We were cleaning up while the meeting was going on. We were in the midst of cleaning up, getting the house straightened up.
Okay. So did you go get her bags?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where did you take her bags to?
From the shed, took her bags and her paintings to the front of the door on the landing where the door was. You can see her Uber outside.
Okay.
So pretty much he was saying, I'm the one that helped her pack up. I'm the one that helped her get the fuck out of there. An eyewitness. Now, how important is an eyewitness if he just don't say what the people want him to say?
Where was she at?
I don't remember. She was upstairs going to get the rest of her things, her belongings.
Okay. Were her bags already packed, or do you know?
Most of her luggage was already packed in next to the door. She probably only had to grab a few things from the stairs.
Okay. All right. Did you witness her leave outside the front door?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you witness her leave at all?
No, sir.
Did you ever see her again after the bags were placed at the front door?
Yes, sir.
When did you see her?
She came downstairs, and I seen that I continued to keep cleaning. She
Okay.
went back upstairs.
So she came downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear anybody say anything to her?
No, sir.
Okay. Did she appear to be disheveled or anything like that when she came downstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you see anybody hit her, punch her, or anything like that when she came downstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. So she came downstairs, and you said she went back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that yes,
Yes, sir. I'm excusing myself. Yes, sir.
That's okay.
When she went back upstairs, how long was she downstairs before she went back upstairs?
A couple seconds.
Okay. Did you hear anybody call her to go back upstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. When she went back upstairs, what did you witness her do?
I didn't witness her do anything. She just went up the stairs, and I continued to keep cleaning up.
Okay. All right. Did you ever see her come back downstairs after that?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you hear anything or any noises of anybody fighting upstairs, anything like that?
No, nothing of that nature.
Did you hear anything that sounded like any type of violence or confrontation upstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. And was that all that you witnessed from her on that day?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see her bags being moved by anybody from the front of the house?
No, sir.
Okay. And as far as the time that you spent in the group, is it your testimony that you never saw Mr. Bishop punch or hit anyone while you were present?
I never seen that happen.
Okay.
Well, this is an eyewitness. You know, he's obviously was a guy that was there when the young lady was leaving.
Would you say were within the house, electronic devices were there that you guys used? Was it a lot of computers and everything, or what was there?
There were a few computers.
Okay.
Everyone had a cell phone.
Okay. So the cell phones, was that the primary method of production?
Yes.
Okay. And did the production?
So I don't think too much more going on with that guy. Here's another witness that they have.
I'm going to end this if he keeps this up.
You have to answer the question and not go beyond that. Okay. So there were 12 to 15 people there. Were the devices that were there, were they devices that were used for production, the phones and cameras and things like that?
Yes, sir. We actually had cameras set around the house. We were working on a documentary for production purposes, so there was cameras set up.
Okay.
Still be clicking.
Okay. All right. Want to run back over something, then we'll sit down. You said you first came across him. You're 21 now. You were 17 when you first came across him, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were living in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were, what year were you in high school? Had you dropped out of high school or were you in high school?
Currently during that time period, I was not in high school. I was in alternative school, and that's when I started tapping into the realization that, okay, nature.
Okay. And were your parents in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you continue to communicate with your parents?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did your parents know where you were?
They actually did.
Okay. How frequently do you think you talked to your parents during that time frame?
When I was in Puerto Rico, or
Yes, sir.
Well, when I was in Puerto Rico, I was actually FaceTiming my parents. I was FaceTiming them to show them that everything's okay. I'm here. I'm protected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And where was the group? Did most people have cell phones in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody has cell phone.
Okay. Were they allowed to use them?
Of course.
Okay. And do you recall if any other parents came to Puerto Rico or any other family members while you were there?
Puerto Rico.
If you can recall.
Not that I can recall while I was there.
Okay.
This one says,
and during the time that you were in Atlanta, did everybody have cell phones?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were people allowed to use it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. The state's gonna have a few questions for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
And just remember to be responsible with what they're asking you. Okay.
All right, across.
so this is one of the, former members or whatever. He might be a member still or whatever. So let's see what the state's gonna ask him. Because the title says heated cross-examination. Juju gets caught lying on the stand. Now, I know this dude also did something to get kicked out of the courtroom also. And I'm going to play that in a second.
All right, Mr. Diaz, just a few questions for you. You just said that your family knew where you were.
So what's that?
You just testified that when you were with Mr. Bishop, your family knew where you were.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true, is it?
It is true.
Okay, there was an occasion when the police came to the house because you had not contacted your mom in several months and she was concerned about you, right?
The police have popped up, but they popped up because it's a lot of online hate. It's a lot of online critics online that make us look bad. So her being a mother, caring, of course, but she sees these online critics making us look bad. She's gonna be worried of her son. So she reported that to the police. It's a lot of videos that's making us look bad. So she's worried. But I told her where we were. I told her I was.
Here's my question. She was concerned because you had not contacted her in 4 months. Yes?
That's not true though,
Okay.
because I was in contact with her. I would actually call her and FaceTime her.
Okay, and you just testified on direct that you had never seen Mr. Bishop be violent with anyone in the group.
That's a fact.
And that's not true, is it?
That is true.
There's a video where Mr. Bishop is there with you and Loyal, right?
Right.
And he slaps Loyal in the face. And you were present on that video, weren't you?
I was present on that video, but I have already stated on the record that a lot of things that we had did were for production purposes. It was called spiritual improv. Like I said, we have come with a very important message to proclaim the kingdom.
Okay, all right, you're getting far off the response now. Hold on.
I would ask that he be allowed to answer the question. She asked.
So he's saying pretty much they was acting. They're pretty much saying everything they was doing on film, on camera, they was acting, you know, to kind of get across their message. Is that believable or not?
And he has a right to explain his answer, but he doesn't have a right to go on and on and on about things that are not relevant.
But I would argue that it is relevant to explaining why the slap.
Any physical activity that is being presented online, we have already stated, and it's actually a live video on the internet where the telephone will be passed around. Like for me, instance, the phone will come to me and I'll be like, "Hi,
Judge, I'm going to not responsive.
Judge, she's asked a question. He should have a right to explain.
And he does, but he doesn't have a right to go on and on and on indefinitely and about information that isn't responsive to the question.
Well, he's given an example. She's accused him of lying.
But they going in this courtroom.
All right, overrule the objection. He's had ample opportunity.
I didn't make an objection. I'm asking.
I'm overruling you, whatever it is you're saying. Sorry. No.
Did she say she overruling whatever it is he's saying? Well, damn. All right, so let's hear what it was that he said in his rant from jail.
The judge caught she tested positive for COVID. They don't want you to know that. They're trying to hide that. The judge tested positive for COVID. Out of all the cheating they did in this case, the judge tested positive for COVID. They don't say that on the news. They just trying to protect her some kind of way so she won't be shown to have tested positive for COVID.
He do got a point there because on the news, they never said it was the judge that tested positive for COVID. They just say somebody in the courtroom tested positive for COVID. So he do got a point right there.
Out of nowhere, you can cheat all you want with this man law, but at the end of the day, these are laws of the universe. See, you're being corrupt, and it's the laws of the universe, and this is what happened. She tested positive for COVID. I tell my lawyer, this is when I know I'm getting railroaded, because I'm telling my lawyer, I'm saying, like, I don't want to go in there with her. They're already cheating on me. They're cheating in the case as it is. I don't want to go in there right now. They're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just hurry up and finish this. I'm like, nah, man, y'all not about to. First of all, y'all offered to drop in the false imprisonment in the beginning in front of the whole world. So what am I here for? Why would you offer a rapist to drop in false imprisonment to somebody in front of the world if you know that that's what I did? But you don't. You don't have any evidence that I did that, and you know I never did it. That's why you didn't want to go forward with this. So now you're going forward with the whole parade, bringing in false witnesses from the past and, coaching people what to say and lying on me with no details. It's all sounding crazy. It's all sounding like a circus. But at the end of the day, you're cheating. You're not giving us any leeway. You're not being fair about anything. And now the judge caught. And she caught with that morning, right? What they call morning. And you still come to work, putting everybody in jeopardy, talking about, we're still going to go forward with this. We're still going to go. So zealous to get it done. But you put everybody's life in danger. Then I say, I don't want to be in here with you. She's like, no, you're going to be in here anyway. And if you don't, we're going to move forward without you. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to move forward without me? Yeah, you can go in the back.
Remember, y'all, this fool is on Instagram Live with this. This is not him on the telephone. This is him on Instagram Live.
I was like, well, I'll be able to hear. She's like, no, you're not going to be able to hear. But your lawyer is going to go forward. I was like, well, I would like to fire my lawyer. Because why would my lawyer advise me to put my life in danger coming in here with you? That's insufficient counsel. I want to fire my lawyer for him even telling me to go forward with this, knowing that you're tested positive for. And that's what they don't want you to know. And then, on top of that, we got people lying and keep saying cult leader. That's like calling me a nigger. I think cult leader is the new nigger. That's how you call a nigger now. Because this is a modern day lynching, and they keep calling me a cult leader. You can't call me, you can say alleged cult leader. You can't just call me a cult leader, then everybody's trying to feed off of it, right? But let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about who's the cult. Because every species on this planet lives in.
You have 1 minute left.
I'm going to call right back. Boom. So now let's talk about it being a cult. Like, how is it a cult? Like, at the end of the day, everything in nature lives in tune with nature. It's a good, like, I think there's a number of species on this planet, right? Let's talk about what a culture is. Let's talk about the culture of this whole organism we live in called Earth, right? Let's look at all of the animals on the planet, every species on the planet, and let's look at how everything lives in tune with nature. Then let's look at the human who's living after the European, right? That's called a meocult. Then let's look at them being a species, the only species that live against the ecosystem on this planet. And you're calling me a cult because I'm telling people to live back in harmony with everything else on the planet? No, you're the cult. That's what we call Babylon, right? You're the cult. You're the one that has to, poop in toilets. You're the one that has to wear shoes on your feet. You're the one that has to live against the ecosystem. You can't live sustainable to the planet. But then people get online and just ride this, right? Everybody's riding this wave because they see me online getting railroaded, and they want to jump on. All of these people that were so-called with me, now they're saying, oh, he's a cult leader. I don't think it's fair. I don't hear no one speaking up, even though I'm being attacked. I don't hear no one speaking up saying, hey, you know what? That's messed up because all of y'all was there. We watched y'all. We was attacking y'all together. Then now all of y'all joining them, like, do y'all not see this? But come on. There's man's law, right? And then there's universal law. What do you think? Who you think's gonna win this? It's bigger than me. Are you fighting me?
I don't know, man. Because man's law is pretty powerful on this earth. I'm just saying. You get up there and act a goddamn fool, man. These folks got somewhere to hide your ass at. I don't think 12 jurors could sit right there and say, with the evidence, of the woman, and everything. And they did do closing statements today also, y'all. They did do closing statements. We're going to try to get to the closing statements, but with the closing statements, I'm not really convinced that the man raped her. I'm not really convinced. Without a reasonable doubt. So I don't think he's going to really I don't think he's going to get convicted of rape or get convicted of false imprisonment.
Or are you fighting God, nature?
But I do think he's making this whole thing harder on himself, though.
Who are you fighting here? Who are you siding with? The same people that hung you to trees? The same people that beat you? You want to be these people so bad. At the end of the day, I mean, think about this very deeply. You got people turning on, oh, he's a cult leader. How my culture was nature. I'm telling you to go back to nature and live in harmony with the ecosystem and the planet. If you keep forcing men to be monogamous, you're not mad at the man because he won't be domesticated. You're mad at God.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Are we back? Y'all, I don't know what the hell just happened. I got kicked out for some reason. I don't know what's going on. YouTube fucking with me. They kicked me out. They made my stream stop. And I just noticed. I'm like, damn, what happened? I seen people saying, damn, is it me? I seen it lagging on my other computer. All right, so we back, man. We're gonna try to keep on.
Here's a plain out question. Hey, did he ever you? That's the question to ask her. We never asked her that question. Did you ever tell the police that he hit you because she said the detectives were coming there to investigate revenge? But as they were there, the T did an interview before the detectives, and in that interview, the T had planted is there a sexual assault? The girl already said no. She said she thought it was fake. She said, no, but I know he was fake. It felt like he was faking it. Which answers the question right there. They won't play that video because that's when the...
Yeah, now that makes sense, y'all. Now, what woman will say, I felt like he was faking it. He wasn't making love. He was just, we had sex, but I felt like he was faking it. There was no love in it. And she's only reporting revenge porn. But now all of a sudden they get a sexual assault and an R word out of it. So something does not make sense right there. And, if they do have an interview of her, if they're keeping that out of the testimony for the jury can hear everything in context, that is kind of cheating. If you got a woman right there saying, you found out that a woman never reported that this man sexually assaulted her. Only thing she came to report was revenge porn. You can't prove that this man held this woman beyond her will because of the fact that she went out there to the Uber and came back in to tell everybody bye. If a man just, violated you, you ain't coming back and all that, doing all that extra stuff. So yeah, you might not like the man ideology. I don't like it. But at the same time, you can't just railroad somebody because you don't like their beliefs.
So-called idea of assault was planted. Then from then, they called her. When they called her, they went all the way to Fayetteville to see her. Then the detectives come out there, and if you listen to the interview, she has no idea about no assault. If you listen to the first interview the second interview with the detectives, if you're listening to the detectives interview, she has no idea about assault. So she's saying, we made love 4 times. She told them that we made love. And then the detective...
If she tells these people that they made love, there's no making love. You can't put making love and the R word in the same sentence. I'm sorry. So yeah, if that's what if he's correct, then that's what's been said on the interview tape of the woman talking to the police. You can't put her saying we made love, and then you get he raped me out of that also.
Just go on saying, hey man, this guy's a bad person. We need to jam him up. We need to put him in prison. That's what we need to do. We need to put him in prison. Without you, we have nothing. We have nothing without you. We need your help. Now, we know you had sex, but did at any time you say no? Now, wait a minute. She just told you what happened when we made love. Then she says, her getting the hint, she's like, I don't know what you mean by consensual, because now they're coaxing her into saying that he asked her 6 times, was it consensual, just enough to start making her understand where they're going with this. So she's like, oh, yeah, okay, no, I didn't, I said no, and then I said okay, type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we pointed that out. When we heard the opening statement, we heard, okay, that word's probably going to be fried. When we heard the opening statement, it sounds like that that's what he said. She said no, she said no, she said no, and then she finally got around and just said okay. That's not right. That's a nigga begging for pussy like all niggas do. All niggas beg like that. We keep asking until we weigh your ass down. I'm just saying.
so then that's when like, all right, cool, they was never gonna charge.
Oh man, none of us got it. What was it? It was Pride. Oh, we had already put Fried though before Pride went up there. You had got it, Mika, but you got it too late. We put Fried before that. I put Cried. That's probably when they gave me my last chance. Cried.
Charge me because they was gonna really charge me with people did a kid. They did all this other stuff. They would have brought a psychologist and a real expert in. It was never gonna get me. They was trying to get me with human trafficking. They thought I was pimping.
Hell, I thought the nigga was pimping. I ain't gonna lie. But I believe he's telling the truth right now. They was trying to get him with human trafficking. They thought he was probably pimping. I thought the nigga was pimping. I still think the nigga might be pimping. Shit. But you gotta prove it. What's good, Empathy Victory? I still think he might be pimping.
And that's what they tried, but they couldn't find a way that I was making money off of these girls. So when they couldn't find this was what took them 2 years, because they were trying to find human, but they couldn't find human, so they offered to drop, but they still wanted me to do jail time. So y'all just locked me up. Y'all used it for a charge enough to come in and investigate me. That's enough to hold me and investigate me, right? So the detectives never planned to use this charge at all. Never. What they did was they was like, okay, we're going to use this to investigate deeper, so they get everything, and they start trying to build a case. They're looking for stuff. That's where you see the emails. The girl shot the T, right, Chantel Coleman. She's sending them stuff. She's sending them text messages, sending them videos. I mean, they got video after video. They're literally maliciously prosecuting me. They're not looking for the truth. They're looking to plant stuff on me. And this is what they're hiding in court. There's 2 things that they're hiding in court. They're hiding the interview, the real interview where she tells her side of the story in the T interview, because that's when she tells the most authentic story in the T interview. Now, the T took the interview and slipped other little things in the interview so to make people not like me. But the truth is, in that T interview, when she starts talking about what happened that night, you hear the truth. She says stuff like, I didn't want to leave him in my heart. Baba would never treat me like this. I wanted to go upstairs. The girls were jealous. She was getting the girls. And then she comes upstairs. She says, we make love. And she got sucked back in. Of course, she's talking to a hater, right? So she got to make it seem like, oh, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, you feel me? But then there's no false imprisonment. You had your phone the whole time. I walk out the room. What the hell I need to you for? We're all over Twitter having sex. Everybody's seen this, where people are so hell-bent in the entertainment of it, or getting the, people want to see that they have an effect on.
Shut up and take my money. Bad guy. These
I don't know if
like
I'm going to be on Sunday.
Yeah. So they can point that finger at me. Say, I'm the bad
I'll
guy.
See. I got
Amputee Victory super chatted $1.99. $1.99 from Amputee Victory. Will you be on this Sunday? What up, chat?
If I do, I'll definitely drop the link for you.
We got him locked up. Oh my God, this is working. We really got him this far. Like, and they're so excited about being somebody that has some kind of manipulation or some kind of influence to do something to someone that they become intoxicated with that. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh yeah, we look at what we're doing. We got him locked up. Yeah. Like it's like a rush from cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? But what you don't understand is universal law, karma. Things come back to you. You can't cheat. So
I do notice that a lot of people that, you know, that really don't like him, they ain't saying for a certain reason. It seems like, you know, I think a lot of people don't like him because, you know, the man got these folks doing some weird shit. Them folks be on there washing this man feet and shit. He got women all around him feeding them grapes and all that shit. A hater would have a problem with that shit. I had my reason for why I stopped, paying attention to that shit or whatever. I used to see the motherfucker back in 2018, 17, or whatever it was when I used to see the dude, and I used to be like, okay, it's some all right shit. This some cool shit. But like I said, he said a couple of things that I wasn't really down with, and I just went my separate way. Like, I ain't have to sit there and troll about the shit and, cry about it and sit there and, make every post about it, all that crazy ass shit. I just don't have to watch it. I don't know why people don't do that. Nah, don't put that out there, Knowledge Power, unless you got some kind of proof, bro. I ain't never he's not on trial for molesting no children, bro. I ain't seen no, now I have heard him say that, he believes in teaching his own kids sex education. But as far as touching on kids and all that, nah, I ain't gonna put that on them.
Now they got the detectives who want black men locked up anyway, who are prejudiced anyway. They know they can get convictions. They're looking for this. The detectives like, yeah, we've been following him for a minute. They told me in the interview they don't even know me before then. But in her interview, they're like, oh yeah, we've been following this Nature Boy for a minute. We've been trying to get him for a while. Without you, we have nothing. We need you. She was only there for revenge. They done coaxed this girl into a sexual assault so they can get something.
Shut up and take my money.
Will you be on this Sunday?
She tells
What up,
you
champ?
exactly what happens in the interview. In the beginning, we're gonna post a video that they will not let you listen to in court. Straight up, she tells you, you're not about to Rashad Jamal me, my nigga. You know what you're not about to do is Malachi Z York me. You see, this is why I never let kids around me. Y'all used to get mad. I ain't never want to have no kids around me. Why? Because this is what they do. This is what they do. And then it's like, come on now. So here's where the evidence is. Here's where the evidence lies of my innocence. Listen to the T's interview about when she starts talking about, we're going to post it. The interview where she tells her side of the story about what happened that night. Right there. I'm going to tell you why I left. We're going to post it for you so you can hear the original without a whole bunch of stuff edited out.
Shut up and take my money.
Will you be on this Sunday? What up,
straight
champ?
up before anybody got into her head. Then you hear the T says, do you think that that's sexual coercion or a step below sexual assault coercion? Or she says, no, but I don't think it was love because it felt fake. Now, how do you fake?
Now, that statement right there throws out a lot. A woman can't say that she was R-worded, and then when they say, hey, the sex that y'all had, that making love, because she already referred to it as making love. So, whether you like a person or not, you can't just, turn a person using the phrase of making love and say that they R-worded you. Whether young Farrah exposed him or not, I'm talking about what the evidence that's been brought to the courtroom. They ain't bringing young Farrah to the courtroom. Salute, Empathy Victor. That be my stance with everything. I'm only going off of what was brought as evidence.
Fake a right? How do you fake a right there exonerates me right there. Boom. She said, "Oh, we fake a." Okay, cool. So she's like, "Oh, he only thought I wanted dick and I wanted love." How we gonna love you when you kept shitting on me? We let you back in, right? So that you can work your way back to being trusted again. How you expect me to fall in love and be in love with you and stuff when you went on TKO and did a whole damn PK and you know what I'm saying, and embarrassed me, and I gotta let you back. Yeah, but damn, you think you're supposed to hop back in and everybody's supposed to be in love with you? No, it takes time, homie. So if you wanted to do all that things that you did to get attention, so that you can come back and get some from me, you see what I'm saying? And then when we had sex, it didn't feel good enough for you. I didn't make love to you the way I make love to Malia. Malia a rider. That shows. Right now, she could be crazy as she wants. She ain't going to no damn cops telling lies on me because she can't get her way. She's a rider. You see what I'm saying? And you think y'all so weird because I told you live in the internet world with weirdos. The streets is watching. God's people is watching. God's people is with me. Like it's a whole bunch of people with me. You understand? That see the lie, that see the deceit. The streets is with me. You feel they looking at it like, damn, that shit up. We see what he's doing. Nature's with me. Because it's an act of nature for you to test positive.
Okay, you say that the girl that claimed he raped her is the same girl they said was being tortured and her mother was looking for her. I don't believe so. I haven't heard of any of that. It hasn't been discussed in court. Now, somebody else might know more of the story, you know what I'm saying, about it. But he was holding her captive. Hey, possibly. But, I mean, from what they're saying, I mean, from the evidence that they got, if she's saying that she was making love and she talking about she was getting in the Uber and then she left and came back out, I mean, holding somebody captive is like, you know, a gun or a knife to your head kind of thing, you know, not just love. Oh, okay. Well, that's not the girl he's on trial for. There possibly could be a girl that he held captive or whatever and was torturing her. But that ain't what they got him on trial for. He might be reaping the karma of some of that other shit he been doing that, you know, that they probably don't have evidence for. Yeah, they probably I don't know what people have been seeing. Like I said, I stopped watching them a couple of years ago. But at the same time, now that I look back on it, you can tell that a lot of the stuff was just acting. A lot of this stuff I believe was just acting, because the way those females, he had all those females in line on there, I was like, damn.
No matter what laws you're using to cheat, nature's with me. God is with me. The divine feminine is with me. The divine is with me. I got ancestors with me, riding with me. I'm not these other dudes. You're not about to do this to me, no. So then you look at the interviews and you look at what's going on and you see like, oh, they're not playing that police interview. So when we questioned detectives, we wanted to question the detectives, we wanted to ask a simple question. Did she ever tell you that she said he raped her? Because they can't say yes. And if they can't say yes, then how did you ever charge him with that in the first place? So this is why they bring the parade in. Okay, he's a cult leader, first of all, right? And then this is his way of having authority and having power over people. And this is what she was afraid of because she was a part of a cult. Man, he wasn't no goddamn afraid of me, and y'all know it. And ain't no way, no, because they cheating anyway. Y'all gonna do what y'all doing to me anyway, right? They say my name all in the news. They call me a cult leader that disrespected my name, that disrespected me, defamation of character. No one's doing anything about it. But they protected the judge from it being public that she caught and she came into work putting my life in danger. she's cheating during the court, not allowing them to show the interview of her. Show the interview.
But now you kind of cheating during the court because you talking on the phone in the middle of your trial. He's on the phone in the middle of his trial. So you kind of cheating too. So both of y'all cheating.
They played my interview, but play her interview with the police, and you'll realize she never said I raped her ever. So how do you charge me with something that she never said I did? Well, sometimes victims don't. This is why they got the domestic violence lady. But the domestic violence
he do got a good point though. How do you charge the man with some shit that she never said that he did?
We're supposed to be there the first 24 hours, 48 hours, and talk to. She ain't never talked to her. She never talked to no victim. She never talked to nobody. She ain't even talked to me. The expert, all they're using these experts is to look at the video evidence that the DA has. That's all that they're doing. They're looking at the DA and they're making an opinion upon that. Okay, if I'm a cult leader expert and I'm looking at the videos that you give me and I see these 6, 7, 8 videos that you're showing me, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a sign of a destructive cult leader. Yeah, that's my opinion. And then they go to court and they start giving education in the court about what a cult leader is, just confusing the jury. So this is how you get railroaded. This is how they blind them. Because it's not like you did a real assessment on me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff, like, you got to understand, like, I was playing a role. We was doing stuff for clout. We was acting. We was shooting a documentary. This stuff was acting. You see what I'm saying? But it's all good, though. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, so when we look at the so-called witnesses that they let in, the 3 witnesses that they let in, that had nothing to do with nothing that night at all. Of course you know my baby mom hates me. She's all over the line hating me. So you're going to bring her in as a witness to lie on me? And then at the end of the day, like, how am I supposed to defend myself to all 3 of these other people that you just brought in? It was only just about one person. Now you just brought 3 other people in. You're trying to R. Kelly me. Oh, yeah, the Me Too crowd comes in, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, he did this to me on 2018, and there's no evidence of it, but he did it. How can I defend myself? I'm already trying to defend myself from this lie, the first lie. Okay, now you throw 3 other people in there that lying on me that just hearsay, and it just, shit I'm saying? Like, so now you're confusing the jury, like, wow, this guy's a bad person. Then you say in court, don't go home and research this person and know that there's knowing that there's all kind of bad stuff online. When they was picking a jury, the jury said, well, shit, I seen him on TV.
Yeah, you definitely, as soon as you pull this nigga up, it's going to say cult leader. A cult leader.
Already, I seen him on the news already, so I'm already seeing him on the news. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because you played me on the news, and then you tell people don't go home. You keep telling the people in the juries in the court, remember, don't go home and research him. Don't go home and go on YouTube and go on Instagram. Don't go on there.
You said they was interviewing people that left? I'm pretty sure it was some, narcissistic behavior going on and some, some stuff that, when you give a man all that power, I'm pretty sure there was some strange things going on. There's no doubt about that. I'm just saying, if you're going to bring somebody in front of the court of law and, charge them and try to put them behind bars on something, if they're doing a lot of stuff, you shouldn't have no problem getting that together. You shouldn't have to frame up and cook up some shit. That's all I'm saying. This shit here just don't smell right. Just this situation. They need to get a situation where everything's hand down. You can't hit a man with the R word when somebody talk when the witness up here talking about making love. You got to find another person.
Okay, this is what the judge is telling these people. I'm like, wow, like why you keep reminding these people not to do that? That's exactly what they're going to go do. So the jury goes home, and what do? They probably did that. Now they have a biased opinion about me. They come back. You see what I'm saying? And so now you get a guilty jury. You get a jury that's biased already, so I don't get a fair shot at a trial. But guess what happens? Nature calls.
Boy, you getting your motherfucking jail cell toe up right now. whatever phone that nigga was on, yeah.
Sure, calls. And for all the people, shout out to I heard an interview by, what's his name? Rambo. I call him Rambo. I don't know his other name. Rambo did an interview, and he made an unbiased opinion and gave an unbiased opinion of it. You see what I'm saying? Because they know most of the violence was because people was fighting each other. I was the one that orchestrated them to wrestle. I orchestrated boxing matches with boxing gloves on. I orchestrated wrestling matches. You've seen that I did that to work our problems out. I was doing real nigga moments where we sat in a circle and Dr. Bishop came and talked about our issues because people kept fighting. I was the one regulating everything to make sure people would stop fighting because it was a reality TV show in my house. Anytime you put a group of people, of females and males together, there's going to be drama. So at the end of the day, what did I do? I had, it's a real nigga moment. Hey, can't hold it in. I gotta talk about it.
We ain't gonna hear this nigga sing.
So it is what it is. Y'all know the truth. I'm gonna end it right here, man. And Dr. Bishop as well. Stand by. I'm not gonna be the R. Kelly. I'm gonna let people know my side going on. These guys falsely arrested me, put me in here and investigated the whole thing to put some charges on me that wasn't true in the first place. Now because I won't take they offered me 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And I would have to only do 2 in prison. Then they said that I would not. I said I'm not about to sign up as no offender. They said, okay, we'll make it so you don't have to sign up for a offender. That's how desperate they was for me not to go through with this trial. And then the next thing they're desperate about is hiding that interview. Because if you listen to the interview, she never gives the police any. Because the police are coaxing her to. They had in their mind assault. But it was like, we know you had. But did you ever say no? You don't have to say that to a victim. A victim's going to come to you and say, he hit me. She came to you for revenge. Then she told you we made love 4 times. She told the story 4 times. We're going to post, go to my YouTube page, NatureBoy TV, and go listen to the interview with the police. Listen.
NatureBoy TV. Damn. I should have listened to this in advance. Let's see if we can find that interview. They probably done took that nigga YouTube down by now. Nope, they didn't. Let's see what we got here. See if we got that interview. How long is this shit? It's a part 2 and a part 1. Malicious prosecution part 2 trailer. Message from our supporter. I think it's gonna be this one right here. I'm looking for the part 1 though. Hey, but Detective Moore wrote his own police report, false imprisonment found, rape found, proof, the truth revealed, malicious prosecution. Oh yeah, this nigga got all this shit documented. Hold on, let's see what we got here.
ELIGIO Bishop is a controversial online spiritual teacher. He is a victim of swatting and now...
This isn't the first time that this has happened. We have online people online trolls that keep calling, harassing us.
We got trolls online. My name is NatureBoy.
The detectives worded to make it seem like Noelle is in danger. But let's play back what she actually says.
I hug him and he says, I love you. And I said, I love you too. So he takes me into the other room and I start crying in his arms.
That doesn't sound like she's in any danger to me. The next point is also on the 4th line reading. She stated Mr. Bishop began to attempt to have sex with her and she told him no, but he continued.
Then he made love to me. He's looking me in my eyes and telling me this and that and third. We make love.
And yeah, we did make love in that moment. And yeah, we did make love in that moment.
Yeah, hearing some shit like that, I ain't gotta like this nigga nan bit. I can hate everything that this nigga do. But hearing the woman right here saying that, you know, we made love, now that's if this is the tape. You know. But shit.
The next point is on the 5th line, reading.
This could be doctored up though. This could be doctored up. But if it is what they say it is.
Stated they made love because she didn't want to fight him off any longer. Let's play back what she actually says.
A part of me just gave it to him because I did, you know, still care for him.
What she actually says is she gave it to him because she has feelings for him, not because she was tired of fighting him off. Now we are going to expose the inconsistencies in the arrest warrant. In the arrest warrant, it describes the situation completely different from the alleged victim's actual statements. It uses words like forcibly and against her will to criminalize Mr. Bishop. It continues to read that he forced himself in her. How is this even possible when she only described it as lovemaking? The detectives also put this in the affidavit. Again, they say that he pulled her in the room.
He pushed me, he let me into the other room, let me into the other room.
The detectives wrote that she told him no multiple times, but he kept pursuing. The lies continue. Note, what was actually said and what's written on the paper are not the same. And this is how they got a warrant on Mr. Bishop, by not being honest. April 14th, 2022, ELIGIO Bishop is now swatted again in DeKalb County on a malicious prosecution. The following video will show a split screen of the SWAT outside and inside of the house.
That's why you gotta be careful on this damn YouTube, boy. These haters are something serious.
Yo. Get my wallet, my phone. My wallet. They breaking the door open, yo. We're good. We're coming out. We're good. We're coming out. No need to break anything. What's up? Don't shoot. We got a baby.
I'm reaching down. Put your hands back and see it.
Relax, we don't got no weapon, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back up. Keep backing up.
Yes, sir.
Backing up.
Damn, boy. The motherfucker wasn't bullshit. Yeah, but Mika, what if they wasn't brainwashed? What if they was just acting? What if they were just acting? I mean, we in the world of reality TV now.
They never informed us on why they were detaining us. They only told us that they had to take us to the police station so they could talk to us. After a couple hours, they finally started.
Yeah, they do look a little, you know, I ain't gonna say they look brainwashed, but they do look in unity. I mean, shit.
Are taking us to the police station.
What are we going to do?
We probably just going to try to snatch out our guy. We got warrants on him, so we could just snatch him.
Send the phone. Yes, sir. Can you help me up? Yep, thanks.
I guess I just want to talk to you about some stuff.
Oh, okay.
I honestly, you know as much as I do.
Oh,
I just have to pat you down and make sure you ain't got nothing.
I'm not under arrest now, right?
As of right now, no. Right now you're just detained.
They just call me. They on the phone.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
like I said, I'm sure everybody, but
Right.
I'm just saying they told me to come grab you.
Okay.
64? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Am I going to jail?
As of right now, no.
Oh, okay.
Right now, you're detained. Now, when they interview you and they ask you questions, if they charge you with something, that's on them. But like I say, I don't even know what the investigation's for. I don't know what's going on. Like I told you when I walked up to you, you know just as much as I do.
You need to get to your shoes? Yes. Okay. They're gonna stay right there.
This way. Is everybody ready to go? Okay, let's go then. Everybody get your stuff and move it around now. Period.
Well.
Come on. In the shed outside?
Once we arrived at the police station, they still didn't talk to or question anyone.
Yeah, that's wild though. This is wild shit.
Only Malia and Zoka were asked personal questions like, what would they do without Mr. Bishop? Of just sitting in a room without talking to anyone. They eventually drop us all back off at the house, except for Mr. Bishop. Once they drop us off, we see the warrant on the table. And at that moment, we knew Mr. Bishop was being set up. The very next day, multiple news reporters were knocking at our door.
ELIGIO Bishop, also known as NATUREBOY, is accused of rape and false imprisonment, along with other charges. Neighbors tell 11 Alive they're stunned by the allegations, but are even more surprised by what this group was posting online.
Its social accounts reaching tens of thousands of people on Instagram and YouTube. Joe Ripley, live outside the DeKalb.
God damn. I had seen some of this, but I didn't know it was really going down like this.
County Police Department. And Joe, you got to speak to this group, the Carbon Nation.
Yeah, Carbon Nation, this is a group that says they abide by a different philosophy. Their leader, ELIGIO Bishop, appeared in court for the first time today since being arrested earlier this week at a DeKalb County home. And after a judge read out his warrants, his charges, he simply replied by saying, quote, outstanding. Neighbors there in that DeKalb County community are concerned tonight.
Mr. Bishop, good afternoon, sir.
ELIGIO Bishop saw a judge for the first time since his arrest earlier this week. His case now lies in the hands of Superior Court. DeKalb police arrested Bishop at this home in Decatur, charging him with rape, false imprisonment, and 3 counts of sexually explicit transmission.
He's extremely loving, extremely forgiving. Literally wouldn't hurt a fly.
This man, who goes by Captain Ace, says he's part of the group Carbon Nation. Ace calls Bishop the head of the international organization.
This is one of the most troubling experiences I've ever had.
Ace described Carbon Nation as a religious philosophy based on science, focused on living a life of principles and morals. He joined the group about 4 years ago.
I met him online. That was my initial contact with him. I seen that he was teaching knowledge that was superior to any other scholar or any other leader that I had encountered at the time.
God is a very loving being. He's very caring. He's very
So, y'all, religion and science are 2 different things, but you know, there's nothing wrong with exploring both of them. Is it a cult though, just to think different? I mean, to be, you know, like-minded thinking individuals, just because other people don't, you know, agree with what you agree with? Is that a cult? Is every religion a cult? I'm just asking. Because if you call this a cult, then that means every religion is a cult. That means Christianity is a cult. That means Islam is a cult. Hinduism, every one of them is a cult. His beliefs ain't crazy. I've heard a lot of crazy ass beliefs. His beliefs ain't as crazy as the shit that I've heard of, but you know, like I say, there's some things that hell I ain't got no problem with, but some shit, you know, it wouldn't be my cup of tea. But just because people get together, like-minded people get together as a group, I mean, why are we judging the way some people want to live their life? Yeah, Jim Jones, I believe that Jim Jones shit was a cult. Because he told people that they had to die. Like, if they wanted to leave, they had to die. I think that's a cult when you gotta die to leave, or something like that. I think that's when it's a cult. But if I think you could freely leave, without any harm or nothing like that, I don't think it's a cult. That's the only thing I can say about kind of Christianity and stuff, that you can't say is a cult like that, because you don't have to, be a Christian. So yeah, I guess that's the difference between a cult. The ones that you can leave freely, and then there's, religion. You got cults and then you got religion. I don't think this organization is no different than any religion. The women in the religion, they love their leaders. They love the teacher. Just like Christian women. That woman in that Christian church, every woman in that damn church down there want to sleep with the pastor if they had a chance. Is he up there, telling the good word? Of course, he's probably going to be fresh dressed, driving a nice car. You can know he got some money. So there's a reason why some of these people are leaders like that.
Holy. They insist he should never have been arrested by DeKalb County Police Wednesday night.
I came outside. Police were circling with the helicopter I seen first. Then I come to the front window. We see they're outside with guns pointed at the doors, pointing at the windows.
This is a revolving door, and you can come in and out as you please. No one is going to hold you against your will here.
Sexual education, and we believe in nudity.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the charges that's trying to be brought against my chief, is for revenge porn. But the female that was here, the woman that was here, she gave consent to actually release it for sexual education. It's not just like porn, it's for educational purposes.
I did speak at length with the women there. They said that many women come and go from this organization because they don't necessarily like what they discover about themselves, and say that this is another.
You say it's not what it's teaching was the problem, is how he was treating people and holding them against their will, making them have sex orgies? But like, how do you hold somebody against their will if you ain't got like no gun to their head, or, if you voluntarily coming in here, we having sex orgies. You giving up all your financial, well-being or whatever. That's how you got to come in. I don't understand how people are getting forced. That's my thing. How are you getting forced if you know what's up? And do we know that when they're doing the violent shit is not acting? Oh, they didn't know everything he was doing till they got there? True. And it could be some type of way where, they probably ain't reporting it, if something did happen. So, and if, you ain't got no witnesses or something like that, nobody probably won't believe you. I get what y'all saying. I'm trying to be objective on both ends.
Targeted attack against Mr. Bishop.
Now, what would make a woman do something like this? The alleged victim has always been jealous that she's not Mr. Bishop's queen. Now we're going to double back into the T interview because the alleged victim says something very important. She expresses why she leaves Mr. Bishop and her true feelings of not being queen.
So I'll tell you exactly what happened when I left Carbonation. And one of the reasons why I left is because y'all don't know, when he was trying to do the queen thing, there wasn't going to be a new queen. It was all an act. At first it wasn't. I'm thinking that I actually have a chance to like prove that, okay, well, I can definitely, take the queen thing and really do something positive with the cult. But nah, he was like, it was never gonna be that way. He said that it's going to be queenly, a queen, Queen Malia, queen. She's gonna remain the queen after the court thing. I'm gonna be her servant, meaning I'm gonna be her caddy. I get do everything for her, and for a day or two I was that. I was her servant, and I'm gonna be her servant, and I'm gonna kiss her feet in front of the whole world. So that was the plan, and I wasn't really always okay with it, but I tried to be okay with it because
she didn't want to get with the program. She didn't want to get with the program, man. The ego got in the way.
Because I tried to think of the bigger picture about how he's saying he's about to adorn her, adorn Malia and make her the queen and show how a black woman should be treated and, you know, make her the face of carbonation. And I'm just like, all right, well, I can sacrifice, you know, me really feeling like I could do it for her to take the shine. But in my heart, I didn't really feel like that's what I wanted to do, because he said, and you're going to be in the background. And when he said that, it triggered me, because I'm like, I'm not made to be in the background, yo.
Oh, shit. That ego, she wasn't made to be in the background.
I know that about myself. I'm not made to be behind nobody. I shine really bright. He wanted me to dress her up every day, you know, with the fashion that I got, all the clothes that I brought. Wanted me to do everything for her. Anything that she wanted, I was supposed to do for her. And when I really
yeah, that is a lot to ask for a woman, boy. You tripping, bro. I see why that woman was pissed off.
Thought about it after seeing that they didn't really respect me or cared for me at all. They just said, oh, you just brought the fashion, without even recognizing that that's not all I did. I realized that they don't love me. Like, I really love them, and I want to go. So at this point, I'm more hurt than angry. Because I ain't had time for it.
In this live, Noelle expresses her frustrations about Malia being Mr. Bishop's favorite.
A pregnant seashell that I found from the ocean put it in my hand. Hey, mister, put it in my hand. Babies. And I was days late thinking I'm pregnant. Nigga was like, oh, I want Malia to have the baby first. Nigga, why you fucking me like that then?
Here's where Noelle screams at Malia about all the attention she gets.
She said, oh, he ain't compliment her all day. He compliments you. You get all the fucking tension, bro. All the fucking love.
Noelle's various expressions of jealousy. Noelle is constantly comparing her and Malia's sexual relationship with Mr. Bishop. Here's where she mentions it in the audio interview with the detectives. She also mentions that she
So you got bitches that's fighting over dick and goddamn nine that got to this point.
has all the qualifications to be a better woman for Mr. Bishop, which shows she was always in competition.
Why did he pick her over you?
Because of the sex. He says the sex is better. Even though I have all the qualifications for being a better woman for him, he says the sex is better.
She said, even though I have all the qualifications, but the sex is better. Man, that gotta be fucking with her ego, y'all. That gotta be fucking with her. I think they probably do have parents' knowledge. Be honest. Shit. It ain't always because the parents ain't there. Shit. Them daddy's girls be the worst ones. Shit. Them be the ones. They be trying to get away from their parents. Yeah, nobody have real parents these days. Shit, it's way more people that don't have real parents that have real parents. Real parents are the minority. Shit, we got to start acting like that. 'Cause nobody don't really have real parents. That's very rare.
So he's like sex.
What would he call you to him?
He once said, I'm his concubine, and she's the queen. Like, he literally said, Amelia is queen, and Materia is wife or concubine.
This is all based on Noelle not getting what she wants from Mr. Bishop. In this live, Noelle admits to working with a group to keep Mr. Bishop locked up.
Good. Yeah, we've been working behind the scenes. No, it's okay. We've been working behind the scenes for a good minute to make this all happen. Yeah, and it's not just me. It's like a lot of people behind this. You know, people been calling in, and people have been, doing their work. But I just want to let y'all know that we are doing our best to keep him locked up.
Here's a live Noelle does after Mr. Bishop got denied bond.
All I can say is outstanding. Outstanding. Woo! And this is not necessarily for me, it's for our community at this point.
Note that Noelle says Mr. Bishop being locked up is not for her, but for the community. And by community, she means the online critics.
And thank y'all for the support.
And I absolutely support you 100%.
Yes, no bond. The done, okay? The done. That's a fact.
Velvet, one of the prosecutor's witnesses, exposes the fact that Noelle was coerced to press charges on Mr. Bishop.
I stand for the truth. I'm about the truth. You're not telling the whole truth, period. That you've never done that, ever. You don't even tell people how actually you were coerced into the shit that you did to Nature Boy to get him in jail and get him to the point that he's at right now. You didn't want to do that. You were coerced and talked to other people to do that.
Here's
what kind of storyline?
Well, just in my mind, I said I'm gonna have to use carbonation for my content to grab the bag. So for me, ultimately, all I wanted to do was get 10 racks. Right? That's all I really wanted to do was get 10 racks. I needed 10 racks, and I did it in the most disgusting, wrong way.
My name has been something that people can feed off to become something.
Department. I am reaching out to you and inquiring of your videos you have of Nature Boy. I am aware you have been following this group Carbonation for some time and have interviewed multiple followers who have left the group. I was hoping you would be able to help. I would like to get in contact with those who have left, and if you have any contact with any currently in the home, as well as collect any videos you may have that show abuse, specifically physical abuse. The videos I have seen have not shown specific physical abuse. If you could share any information you have or videos of abuse you have, I would greatly appreciate it. I will need some information from you as well. I would appreciate it if at this time you will leave our conversation private so that we can continue to collect information before Nature Boy becomes aware. DeKalb County
Well, that shows a lot of what we feel, well, what he felt like is evidence that probably could help his case. I don't know if he tried to, show any of his lawyer this type of stuff and was hoping that his lawyer would come up there and say something about it. And that's probably the reason why he was trying to fire him and all that stuff like that. But they did get to a closing statement, and I'm going to play that real quick. It's not real long. I don't have the full closing statement, but I'm just going to play a little bit of what I did here, and then we'll get up out of here. And we'll wait to the verdict, which the verdict might be tomorrow. It might be next week. But they definitely have did their closing statements. And I'm not sure if the jury has been hearing all of the kind of rhetoric, when it comes to him trying to fire his lawyer and all that stuff like that. Now, let me show y'all a little bit of the content that's been going on with him back in the day. I seen this earlier, so let me show y'all a little bit of the content and why I think, yeah, a lot of this was acting.
Troubled, but he troubled them even.
Jorge has always put the ones.
Because here's somebody that was covering him a year ago.
The Messiah, like, and I have these powers that haven't even developed yet, you know? Why is these people sitting here like this for free, bro? These people gave, how much money you gave me, bro? At least like 30 bands right now. 30 bands, bro, and I'm dead ass serious. This nigga gave me 30 bands, bro. I was in Puerto Rico, the nigga just came and gave me the 30 bands. I'm like, okay. I don't know nobody else on this planet like me, bro, that could say that they're God, and they got real life worshipers in their fucking life. Like, literally, people don't understand, like, these women and people that come to me, they can really worship me, bro. They really link I'm God, bro, and I am God, and they know I'm God, and their souls belong to.
Now, do y'all think this is real, or do y'all think he acted? And do you see why it would piss off a lot of people? Look at her. Shit, she pissed off. This piss off people to hear niggas talk like that.
God do nothing. I just say right now. I swear to God, right now, anything I want from this house, I get. Like, if I sit in this chair, I'm like, take my shoes off. Rub my feet.
Child, if it ain't one thing, it is another.
In real life, goofy, fucking internet trolls. Where's internet trolls? Do it in real life. You see how y'all be trolling people? You see how y'all be trolling people in the chat? We do this shit in real life, nigga. You goofy nigga. You see how y'all doing it on camera and behind the screen? We do it in real life. You goofy nigga. You goofy in real life. Goofy, fucking internet trolls. We was internet trolls before this shit, nigga. We been bullies. We been the big bullies. Gorilla unit, nigga. G unit, nigga. Niggas been bullying niggas. We the trolls of all trolls. Shut up, pussy. You would need, I'm doing this without money. They gave me money. Could you find some idiots online to pay you to do this to them? I bet you could. Can you find some weak niggas online that have money that will give you money to humiliate them publicly? Can you do it? If you can, let me know. Let me know. To their faces, like a real nigga. I'm the real troll, and they paid me to do this to them. You would need, I'm doing this without.
To COVID like that. Videos with Loyal, and there's several videos covering them that you can definitely search NatureBoy, search Loyal, search of these move to now having to make moves for themselves. Talk done to his body. It doesn't specify.
Damn, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. I had to start running my mouth and everything. Salute though, man. I'll keep y'all up to date with what happens in that case. I'm trying to find a little bit of the closing statement, because there was a closing statement of the DA trying to explain how he really didn't what they say, false imprison her that long, but he had false imprisoned her but not that long. It was a little weird how they was trying to explain how he got he R-worded her, but he really didn't R-word her. Like, nah, man, we can't open that door like that. We can't leave the door open where a person could just do anything. I mean, could just say anything. That ain't fair. R word is R word. You can't a little bit R word. You can't R word just because you asked the bitch 5 times to make love. Hold on real quick. Okay, let's listen to some of these closing arguments. And then we'll get up out of here. Salute to Nick at Night. Y'all go check her out. She has a good platform. She does cover a lot of trials and stuff like that. Nick at Night. All right.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Nick, and you.
So let's bring the jurors in, and I'll let you rest in front of the jury, and then we'll proceed with closing. State gets to open and conclude.
All right, let's see what some of his closing arguments is.
And please, hopefully, you guys will both take 2 hours.
She said, hopefully y'all don't take all day. Okay, hopefully y'all get this done in a timely fashion and don't take all day. Premier going to go live. We said, well, pretty, all right.
A fact, and that means prove it beyond a reasonable. Is interested in this case because the defendant's a cult leader. It's interesting. It's different. It's a reason that there's a camera in here, that folks are paying attention. But inside this line, in this part of the courtroom, it's what the defendant did with that power that matters. That's why he's on trial. His ideas aren't on trial. The fact that he's a cult leader is not why he's on trial. It's how...
He's saying the fact that he's a cult leader, that's crazy that he's able to, really push that. Really push that. You'll have to have like a literal definition and say that man follows to all the definition of what you convicted him of. That's wild that they could do that.
He used, exploited, and abused his members. Specifically how he raped Janae Newell on March 24th, 2022. That's the reason we're here this week. As Judge Heidrich said, the state has the opportunity to address you both first and last, and that is because we have the burden of proof in this case. And I'm going to use the first half of the closing.
Yeah, we're on closing arguments, guys.
Applies to this case. Now sit down. The first half's not going to be that long. Mr. Booker will get an opportunity to address you, and then we'll get back up again and explain how we think the facts you've heard this week fit into the law. One element of the law that Judge Heidrich will go over with you is that the testimony of a single witness, if you believe that person, is enough to establish a fact. And that means prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. If you believe what somebody said from that witness stand, that's enough under the law. The law doesn't require corroboration. The law doesn't require scientific evidence, another witness to come in. The judge will say a single witness, if you believe them, is enough to establish a fact. So if you believe Janae, if you believe what she told you, it's no. Now we have a lot of other corroborating, supporting evidence. In this case, we have.
Now that could go both ways, because if you believe one of the other people that came up there, that could be enough to have reasonable doubt. So that's a double-edged sword.
A lot of other people who experienced similar things who have told you what they experienced this week. But under the law, if you believe Janae, that's enough. Now, that as a concept, it's sort of this abstract concept, but let's put it in practice for a minute. Another law, the judge will tell you, another thing, is that venue has to be proven by the state, like any other element of the crime. And venue just means that we try crimes where they happen. Did this happen in DeKalb County? And that's a fact that must be proved by the state. But this week, the state, we didn't bring in the tax assessment meshed up with sort of our societal or what we, and against her will. You can't bully somebody into having sex with you if you did not want to have sex with the defendant. If for no other reason, generally people do not have sex in front of other people. And you have folks that come back in Georgia for it to be rape and against her will. You can't bully, mesh up with sort of our societal or what we've grown up or what is just sort of the concept of rape. We think of the stranger in the woods coming out. We think of awful stories we hear on the news of these stranger on stranger crimes and just horrible experiences that people have lived through and suffered. But that is rape. That is not the only kind of rape. If the victim submitted to sex.
So he's gonna sell me a different type of rape of it ain't just, taking a woman's vagina without them actually wanting to give it to you. Just because a woman don't want to mentally give you her vagina, that don't mean she won't physically give it to you. Like we can't go there now. We can't be goddamn making up new forms of rape. I got to find out this.
Sexual intercourse. If Janae submitted to sexual intercourse with this defendant only because of fear or intimidation, then that sexual intercourse.
He should have allowed the other woman to do closing. The woman to do closing.
So again, carnal knowledge, having sex forcibly, for intimidation, substitutes for force. You don't have to fight back in Georgia for it to be rape, and against her will. You can't bully somebody into having sex with you and be innocent. What's not required.
So is he saying that he bullied her into sex because, if it said he led her into the room, not forced her into the room, and if she referred to it as making love, am I missing something here?
obviously physical injury. There doesn't need to be a fight again. There doesn't need to be an immediate outcry. That's not a requirement the law imposes.
Out of all the closing arguments, this is just the worst I've seen.
I mean, you have folks that come, years down the road and say something happened. That doesn't mean that that case cannot be proven. Eyewitnesses, these crimes generally don't happen in front of eyewitnesses. If for no other reason, generally people do not have sex in front of other people, but certainly not non-consensual forced sex. If you believe the defendant raped Janae Newell, then find him.
Somebody said he's reciting facts. That's not that. You could stay like in the though that you pay attention in a play.
And the folks on that side, for the most part, the world out there is interested.
Oh wait, did I bring it back too far?
That she did not want to have sex with the defendant. Now, this is one of, if not the most important things the judge will tell you when she gives you the charge. I quoted it verbatim. If the victim submitted to sexual intercourse only because of fear or intimidation, then the sexual intercourse occurred without her consent.
If she had sex out of fear, any woman that said we made love, nigga, that wasn't no sex out of fear. That was not no sex out of fear. Like, you could not like the motherfucker. You could think he a cult leader, all that bullshit. But nah, we can't open up that gate, cause that'll be case law. There's gonna be other motherfuckers come up here and women gonna be talking about, yeah, he raped me because, I was horny that night. No, I had sex with him, but I really didn't want to. He was ugly. He took it. I was, I wasn't in my right mind. Like, nah. Yeah, I went and walked up to the room. He asked me like 20 times, and I was like, damn, fuck it. No, motherfucker, say no 1,000 times. Walk out the house. She had the free will to walk out the house. That's what I mean. If he held her in there by force, got in front of the door, any of that stuff, that's understandable. But that ain't what's being said. That's all I'm saying.
In Georgia, you can't bully somebody into sex and be innocent. I pause here because this doesn't necessarily mesh up with sort of our societal or what we think of the stranger in the woods. Here on the news, that is not intimidation.
This guy is born as shit.
Knowledge, having sex forcibly for intimidation.
Man, we done got used to YSL trial, man. This motherfucking white man is born as shit.
Substitutes for force. You don't have to fight back in chatting. What's not required, there's obviously physical injury. There doesn't need to be a fight again. There's no need legally for a DNA test. I mean, you have folks that come, years down the road.
This boy said, ain't no need for a DNA test. What? Ain't no need for a DNA test. Ain't no need for immediate outcry. No physical injuries. You don't need no eyewitness. None of that shit. What the fuck is this motherfucker talking about?
And say something happened, that doesn't mean that case cannot be proven. Eyewitnesses, these crimes generally don't happen in front of eyewitnesses of other people. Find him guilty. Not as straightforward or commonsensical of a charge than some crimes that we prosecute, but false imprisonment, the elements of that crime, the judge will tell you, are in violation of the liberty of another person, confining or detaining that person, and without legal authority. So we'll again take those one by one. Again, for a second, in charging and proving false imprisonment in this case on these facts, what you've heard the last 2 weeks. The state is not alleging in the abstract that she was never allowed to leave the house.
What? The state is not alleging that she was not allowed to leave the house. That's the whole point of a false imprisonment. That's the whole point of false imprisonment. Not being able to let somebody leave where they want to leave.
That's not what we're saying. We're not saying that she wasn't allowed to leave. We're saying in that moment, once she went up to that bedroom, he physically took hold of her and would not allow her to leave, even though she said, no, I have to leave, so many times she couldn't remember how many times. That's the moment of the false imprisonment. It's not this abstract idea that, well, she was so attached to the group she wouldn't be allowed to leave. It was, no, we are charging in that moment, in the room, she was not allowed to leave. And false imprisonment, there's no time element to it. The judge isn't going to tell you if you find that she's held for 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour. There's no minimum amount of time. Because the injury is the violation to their liberty. People are allowed to come and go where they want within the house they're living in. And he can't just hold her in the room because he wants that opportunity to convince her or bully her or badger her into getting what he wants. She had every right to leave. If she wanted to go upstairs and say goodbye and then walk right back down the stairs and leave, she can.
Yeah, but she can, but that's defeating the whole purpose of him holding her against her will. That's crazy.
But he didn't let her. Confines or detains that person. Again, he would not allow her to leave. That's the detaining. In this case, not allowing movement, not allowing her to. Knowing the content of the transmission, again, there's no suggestion that anyone was unaware of what was in these. These were sex videos and they were uploaded. We asked pretty much all of the former members, did anything get posted on Mr. Bishop's account without him having caused it? And the answer was unanimous. No, he was in charge of that. Maybe Loyal and some other folks had, access and helped him out with his social media stuff, but he was the driving force. He counts 3 through 5, the revenge point.
So he uploaded it. He trying to tell them.
The judge was going to give you some instructions on partial in the case.
All right, let's listen to the defense real quick, y'all. Let's see if he did what that man paid him to do. Oh yeah, I know he was pointing out ain't no time limit to be against your will. I get that part. And I get what he's trying to say. That ain't no time limit, even if, she goes up there freely, she's going in and out of the house. But if he stop her for 1 second and hold her against her will physically, that means, that's false imprisonment. But if her statement is he led her to the room, that means she followed. When somebody lead, that means somebody followed. If that's what her words were. Now, if he said he drug her to the room, he blocked the door, he grabbed her, held her, now that's a different story. So it's like they playing some word games. So let's see how this man defend this.
5, the revenge point. Let's see now.
The case of the state of Georgia versus ELIGIO Bishop. ELIGIO Bishop, we started this case a few days ago, last week sometimes, and we're here finally at the conclusion of the case. And so, just like across this...
Yeah, he did say he grabbed her arm.
Courthouse.
But I thought she said when she gave her statement, she said that he led her to the room. And she said that she left out and came back in. I could be wrong, though. Oh, shit.
House across the city, there are jurors sitting to decide issues, whether it's an issue regarding a fence line, or whether it's about probate, or whether it was a car accident. Your job in this case is to determine whether the state wins or whether Mr. Bishop wins. And it's an important, bless you, it's an important decision for you to make. That's why when you come in the courtroom, we stand up. Because despite the fact that Judge Hodrick is Superior Court judge, and these are two very fine, smart lawyers here, we stand up because you are the most powerful people in this courthouse. Your decision impacts people that are in this county and in this city. And so we're going to ask, as you go back to deliberate and you consider this case, that you use your power and wield your power appropriately. Now, last week, we were here, you guys were out there, you were in a big group of folks, and you heard the judge read an indictment. And in that indictment, the very first charge was the charge of rape. And so I do this for a living. I'm a defense attorney, okay? I sit over there with people and I look up at the people that are there to the side. And the question that happens in my mind is, what exactly are they thinking when they hear the word rape or murder or something significant like that? Because many times we've already made decisions about people. We've already made a decision. You're charged with it, good enough for me. And so there it goes. The case is gone. You're already starting from behind. And that's why when we asked if you felt like you...
Mika, did you get it? My bad, I wasn't looking. Did y'all get it? Did y'all get the word?
You could be fair and impartial in the case. You felt like you would be able to look at the evidence and not make it a decision just based on the fact that there was a camera in here and that he was charged with this charge. And so the state questioned you, I questioned you, and we believe that you guys were the best group out of the people that were here. You were the best.
So what you trying to say? I owe you, Mika? I owe you like a cup or something?
Be fair and impartial, that you would listen to all the evidence, that you wouldn't make a decision before all the evidence was closed. And so that's why you're here on the jury, because we didn't believe you were going to go on a witch hunt, that you were going to make a decision just because Mr. Bishop was charged with the charge of rape. And I put rape up there because obviously it's the most significant of the charges that we have here. Now, in a case, there's a couple types of evidence. There's direct and circumstantial evidence. The judge was going to give you some instructions on the law, but direct and circumstantial...
Well, email me then. I'll send you something from the store.
Evidence, there's two types. There's direct evidence, means that you have proof of something tangible right in front of you. And then there's circumstantial evidence. She will explain the difference in both of the two. Now, there's no legal difference in which of them you can have a conviction on direct evidence or on circumstantial evidence, but I would argue that this is a circumstantial evidence case. Now, the judge is also going to tell you, though, that for a circumstantial evidence case, the state must exclude every other reasonable theory other than the guilt of the assassination ultimately, but that's not what you're here to decide. Trial preparation, meeting with the DA's office this year. Now, this one, surely she's going to use the word rape. She has to. I mean, of course she's not going to come in here and not use the word rape. She's not going to say that, avoid it here, because then she's going to be in front of the whole world. She's in front of you guys. She's caused all of it to happen. She's not going to say something different here. But in trial preparation, one last time and okay. Really? One last time? Okay. I don't think so. That's not rape. And nothing with them about force. Hey, I said okay because you get this text message from such and such. Why didn't they play that for you? That's what she said. If she didn't say it, the state... Because would she still be under the influence in 2024? I wouldn't think so. I can't talk to anybody for 6 hours. I love my wife. We go to Florida to visit my mom sometimes. She lives in Jacksonville. It takes us 5.5 hours to get there. We don't drive there in the extra car, which takes way too long. But we get there, my wife may say something to me between here and Valdosta, or Macon rather. She may say something else a little further on. We've been married for 24 years. Nobody talked for 6 hours about anything. But they talk for 6 hours about Mr. Bishop. None of that's played, though. And when I'm trying to introduce it in evidence, obviously, they don't want you guys to hear it. But she indicated in court that she was being truthful in this interview.
Now, he has a great point right there. They interviewed this woman for 6 hours. 6 hours, but they don't want to play any of the interview in court. That is a red flag. That is a big red flag. So now he just got to tell them what was in the damn in the interview.
Is what she said. Now, what she also told you was, well, I was still under the influence. In 2022, I was trying to protect him, is what I was doing. You can't be one or the other, okay? Or you have to take one or the other. But think about this. If she was trying to protect him in 2022, and then she was still under the influence of the cult, why is it in 2024, when the DA's office interviews her, and she's preparing for this trial, why in the world does she say to them, that he said to me, can we do it one last time? And what her response was, okay. That's what she told them. Ask them why they haven't told you that.
Wow. Wow. Can we do it one last time? And she like, all right. Wow.
Because would she still be under the influence in 2024? I wouldn't think so. Because she wasn't under
He
the
is
influence
on fire.
She describes in detail what happened on March 24th. She doesn't describe a rape.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck he wanted to fire this dude. Shit, he out here killing that shit. Man, that white man, he had the jury damn near sleep. He damn near had me sleep. I was about to end the live listening to that motherfucker. This nigga done woke the live back up. He done woke me up at least. Cause damn, this is some real information. Why don't y'all play what the woman said in the interview? I can't think of any rape case where I didn't hear them play the interview tape of the victim.
She doesn't describe being fearful of being falsely imprisoned or any of those things. Again, this is still the interview. These are some of the statements she made. Baba G, how you pronounce that, which was Eligio, would have never treated me this way. You bitches are jealous. Excuse my language, mama. But that's what she said.
Excuse my language, mama.
She looked Eligio in the eyes, and me being dumb, I got manipulated back in. I couldn't resist him in that moment. Not that he beat me or I was scared that some woman was going to do something to me. That wasn't said. Never was said.
Damn, she said she couldn't resist, and she just gave in. Yeah, man, we can't do that. We can't muddy that water like that. You in control of your own vagina. You can't say a man raped you because you gave it up. Because you couldn't resist. Nah. Y'all got to find something else to charge this nigga with. Nah, that's too serious of a charge to have a man in there. You ain't got to like the nigga, but that's too serious of a charge for this to be the situation.
I was really vulnerable. And he knew exactly what to say to make
He
me
doing a damn
we
good
made love
closing.
in that moment. Those are her words.
They better pull it in with the girl.
But maybe she was under the influence. That's what the state wants you to believe, that she was under the influence of Mr. Bishop. He was so powerful.
She was under the influence of what? She was digmatized? Y'all laugh when the man said he was God, so you can't say she was under the influence of him being God. What the hell she was under the influence of?
I wanted dick in that moment. That is so crass to say, but I'm sorry. I wanted dick in that moment, but I was stupid, and what I really needed was love. Uncontroverted as.
Hold the fuck up. What? Hold on, we gotta back that up. She said that she wanted what? See, the prosecutor, they didn't tell us all this, y'all. She wanted dick. That's what she said. Hold on.
That she was under the influence of Mr. Bishop. He was so powerful. I wanted dick in that moment. That is so crass to say, but I'm sorry. I wanted dick in that moment, but I was stupid, and what I really needed was love. Uncontroverted, that's what she said. If she didn't say it, the state would have put it in and said, hey, do you remember Mr. Booker asked you this? Did you really say it? No, I didn't say it. But they haven't shown you that. And is that how somebody describes when they're being raped?
Hell no, that ain't how somebody got there described when they being raped. Goddamn, Mika, you trying to take all my money. All right, the money over. Mika done took all the money. Yo, how she gonna sit there and admit to these people she just wanted some dick? Now all of a sudden, man, come on, man. Let that man out of there, bro. Unlock that man's handcuffs right now. Unlock that man's handcuffs right now. You can't, hell no.
No, it's not. More on the TV interview. I didn't want to resist him. Letting him manipulate me, I'm a sucker for fucking love. I felt like he was faking it to just keep me. Why in the world would he be faking it? You're faking being with somebody, yet you're raping that person? That doesn't make any sense. Then she gives an interview with the detectives. They played Mr. Bishop's interview for you, but why didn't they play Miss Newell's video for you? Why didn't they play that for you? What did she say to the detectives? The same detectives that was up here. She interviewed with them too. That's because she describes making love throughout the interview. She never uses the word rape. It's not until 20-something minutes into the interview that he asked her, well, maybe, would you really want to do it? It's not a discussion about rape.
He is definitely on fire.
But the detective who was even there wasn't even called as a witness. They had two detectives there, a male and a female. But they put the female up.
Wow, they don't bring the... Bro, we just been watching the YSL trial. And we know every witness, they gonna bring every detective to tell what was tell. Man, he over there tearing their ass up.
And you can tell how prepared she was. She didn't even know what she'd done as far as an investigation. Did you see when you ask her a simple question? Well, did you get this text message from such and such? Wouldn't you expect that people who are police officers, when they're making life-altering decisions for people in this case, in this state that we live in this county, they are responsible for it. They're making life-altering decisions, life-altering investigations that they can't even remember when you pick up the text message here. These emails here that she had, that she's emailing with the T, that she wouldn't know that the messages came from the T. Oh, I got it from Kelly Johnson's phone. Oh, no, I got it from the Terry phone. No, you didn't. And you're up here under oath. Wouldn't you be more prepared to know what you did and what you didn't? I mean, it's a life-altering decision for Mr. Bishop. And despite whether you like Mr. Bishop or not, okay, because obviously there's apparently people that don't. And I really don't care if you like him or not. I don't have to like him. None of us have to like him. It doesn't matter. This is about the law and whether or not the state has proven him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a character assassination ultimately, but that's not what you're here to decide. Trial preparation, meeting with the DA's office this year. Now this one, surely she's going to use the word rape. She has to. I mean, of course she's not going to come in here and not use the word rape. She's not going to say that, avoid it here, because then she's going to be in front of the whole world. She's in front of you guys. She's caused all that to happen. She's not going to say something different here. But in trial preparation, one last time and okay. Really? One last time? Okay. I don't think so. That's not rape. And nothing with them about force. Hey, I said okay because I knew he was going to beat the crap out of me if I didn't have sex. I had seen him beat up a bunch of women because they didn't have sex with him. That's not what she said. That's not the evidence in the case. That's what the state wants you to think, but they produce zero evidence of it. Please, be from Missouri. Be from the show me state. Make them show you evidence. Don't just go back there and be okie doke because they told you, or because you don't like Mr. Bishop, or because the camera's here. Make them show you evidence. So, what actually happened? There was a disagreement in there.
Hey man, say man, if I'm in that jury pool, especially if I'm a man, which I'm pretty sure there are some men in there. If I'm a man in that jury pool, I can't convict this man of no fucking rape. False imprisonment, I can't convict a man of no damn false imprisonment. Maybe you could drop it down. I might can convict him of, battery, misdemeanor battery for, grabbing her arm. The revenge porn, maybe, yeah. I might convict him of the revenge porn. But from what they were saying, she was there when he uploaded the shit. She admitted that she was there when they uploaded the video. I gotta play her testimony. I might need to play her testimony before we get out of here. I heard her admit that, you know, they used to upload together. Now that last one, I don't know.
Between the girls, you heard that. She described that she went upstairs at least twice. You don't really even get to compare her statements, all because you don't have her statements and evidence. You don't really know what she previously said other than what I got to ask her because we couldn't play it for you. And they didn't want to play it for you. But consider all that. This is what she ultimately said. She went upstairs at least twice. When she went upstairs the first time, Malia, who's the queen, told her to go downstairs. Because that's really what this case is really about anyway. And she admitted, hey, I want to be the queen. I want to be the queen. Too many women. My mom used to tell me that my middle name is Lamar. Lamar, you have one girlfriend. My dad would say the same thing. One girlfriend. It is hard enough to keep one woman, and I mean this in the nicest way, satisfied. I've been married to my wife. My wife's from Jamaica. Been married to her for 24 years. She is a wonderful woman. But I can tell you, I couldn't have even another half. I have 2 other people in the house that are women too. A 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. It's hard enough for me when there's enough estrogen in the house with me that sometimes I need to go sit on the back. Because it's just all too much. It's too much drama. I go here, oh, here comes somebody. I go there. It's so much drama. This dude has all these women around that he's having sex with. There's going to be some problems. But she admitted on the stand that she wanted to be the queen because she can show them how it's done. She can do it better than Malia. There was a pageant. The lady told her this day. There was some sort of pageant. And that Ms. Newell said, Elijah said that she could be queen. So this further upset her. And she ultimately goes outside. She wants to be the queen. They say, hey, Baba G, God, whatever the world they call them, hey, he wants you to come back inside. And she does. Isn't that what you do, that you go outside when you're trying to get away from somebody? You know, in the movies, when you go this weekend, you can talk about the case, and this case is finally over. Okay? And you watch, the girl goes to the door. She's running through the woods. He's this before. He's coming with a chainsaw, stopping and calling Uber. It's not like I can just walk out and leave if I'm so scared. It's not like I can leave. Because would you wait for an Uber if you were afraid of somebody? I wouldn't. And what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't wait for an Uber, but what I also wouldn't do is get all the way outside to the Uber and say, oh, I'm going to go back inside. And go all the way back upstairs. I wouldn't do that because I'd be too scared. Because I've seen a whole history of violence. That's what they told you. It's been a whole history of violence. So, but no, I'm outside, I got my bag packed, I can get the heck away from this dude. But oh yeah, let me go back inside and say goodbye. It's fine. I'm just go back inside and say goodbye because it's all good. Just use your common sense, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if anybody in that jury got sense, I ain't gonna lie. That would make me think like, okay.
She wants to be with him. It's evidence, which is also uncontroverted. The state is putting in nothing to show that this phone call right here, that there is no prior phone calls to. State's Exhibit 2, that you heard from Miss Eva Wilson, that she called ELIGIO Bishop after March 24th, 2022. Said, hey, Mr. Bishop, she wants to be with you again. She wants you to get in contact with her. This is uncontroverted. If it wasn't his phone number, don't you think these really good and really smart lawyers would have told you, hey, that's not Mr. Bishop's phone number? But they didn't tell you that. That's because this lady contacted her. She has no reason to come in here and lie. She is here on Zoom because she came here the other day and we couldn't finish. But she has no reason to lie. She don't know Bishop. She don't know this lady that well. She knows her because she came and stayed in her house. But if she had a bone to pick with her, why would she allow her to stay in her house, read tarot cards or whatever that stuff is to her, and then come in here and lie against her? She doesn't have a motive. The state hasn't proven she has a motive.
She definitely had a motive.
She's lied. That's uncontroverted that lady called Bishop on behalf of Miss Newell. If somebody raped you, why in the world would you be calling them? Why would you call them and say, hey, I want to be with you again?
Hey. Why this man wanted this dude fired? Why did he want this man fired? I don't fucking know, because he killing it. Hey, that nigga, he was quiet the whole trial. But when it come to that closing argument, boy, that nigga earning his check.
Now, the text messages. The detectives already said that these text messages came from a certain location that we know is not true. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. Text messages came from the T. Okay? You heard that the T doesn't particularly like Mr. Bishop. How did the T even get the text messages? Why would they have the text messages? That I don't know. It wasn't until I was sitting at home one day and I decided, let me look at these text messages again. And I looked at the very top and I remember the young lady saying, that it was a long time between messages. But these say 11:51, 11:51, 11:51, 11:52, 11:53. That's not a long time. That's like 2 minutes. And I thought, well, how could that be? And then I looked at the time here, and that's like 12:58 a.m. That didn't make any sense. So somebody must have taken pictures of the text messages, and they sent it to the T. And then I started looking, and I said, that seems odd. Why would the T have text messages? And here's an email chain between the detective that testified and the T. Hey, by the way, here's some text messages from the T for Mr. Bishop. You can get him. It proves your case. Oh, by the way, here's some videos from the T. It proves your case. Please consider all that. Why didn't Kelly Johnson just tell the truth that she gave in the text messages? I mean, is that credibility? Is that an issue? What else was in their phone? I mean, was there more messages in the phone? We'll never know. The state never showed it. We don't have that. The detective interviewed Janae again. Did they really go out, 2 detectives go all the way out to Fayetteville because they believed that this was just revenge porn? Because that's all she had reported at this point was revenge porn. She hadn't said anything about race. The 2 detectives leave here in DeKalb County, go out to Fayetteville. They were there for what they believed was more. They were after ELIGIO Bishop. And so at that point, he suggested to her that, hey, maybe he raped you. But you'll never get to hear that because we can't play that for you. Now, they did a search warrant at the residence. They searched 11 devices. What did those 11 devices show? You know from me asking the detective that there were hundreds of thousands of photos and videos on there. You know that the subpoena power of the court, that these lawyers right here, who are very, very good lawyers, who work for an extremely good district attorney's office. This is one of the best prosecuting offices in the entire state, not just the city. That they know how to get videos from YouTube, videos from Instagram, evidence off these phones. If there was a single video that existed, they would have got it and showed it to you. Where is it at? Ask her when she gets up, because she's about to get up in a minute, and she's going to say, Mr. Booker, he told you a lot of wrong things. I'm going to correct it. And I respect it. She's a very good lawyer. I've known her for a long time. She's going to do her job. But I'm not wrong, because they don't have it over there in that pile of evidence, and it's not for you to consider. Why is it not for you to consider? We don't know what the devices show. They did a search warrant for physical evidence in the house, and the detective said that she told the crime scene folks what to check for and what not. And then Ms. Thomas got up and said, well, you know, you would expect his DNA to be on the bed. Okay, great. But I mean, if there was a rape took place or there was some physical evidence, why didn't they even check it? We got the GBI crime lab to determine if something like that happened.
True. This would be the first case ever that there was no GBI, no DNA, no samples, no nothing taken of, no rape kit, no nothing.
They didn't do that. Mr. Bishop's interview, he invited the police to go through his phone. He gave them the code to his phone. He described why she would be upset. You don't have any evidence that contradicts what he said. The phone that they had, they didn't even look in it. He gave them the passcode to all 11 devices. I thought there was something bad in there. Where did he have it? I generally have not given people the ability to check my phone. Now that I have something bad on, I don't want people looking through everything I got. He was very concerned that they were going to set him up. There were 10 people in the house. Why didn't they search and interview any of those people? You've heard from some of them today. And they tried to contradict, oh, this is the first time you've ever told anybody about this. You know, look at you, young lady. You've never told anybody about this. But the fact is, nobody's ever asked. They've never called her and said, hey, by the way, What was your position on this? The police have never interviewed him. Who was in fact interviewed? Because they said they interviewed 4 people. Who was the 4 people that interviewed? Where's that evidence at? The detective said we interviewed 2 guys and 2 girls. Where's that at? Who was it? We don't know. What did they learn from it? I don't know. I was originally born in Mississippi. I lived in Florida. Show me state. There's a bunch of stories of what that really means. I won't waste your time. I need you to be prove it. Now, we have the allegations of revenge porn. I'm almost done. There were 3 porn videos shown. What dates were these videos posted? And were they posted and taken down? If you recall, Ms. Newell said that she consented to them being posted at a given time. These videos were posted, reposted, taken down, I don't know, but have they shown it to you? I'm not the smartest person in the world, but typically if I had porn from my wife, which we don't, but if I did, on my phone and I posted it to social media, wouldn't it be on my phone? Wouldn't it be among those 11 devices that they said, oops, Mr. Bishop, we got you. Here it is on your phone that you just gave us a passcode to. It shows that you posted it to Twitter on this given day. That you in fact did it, because it was your device, you had it. They didn't do that. Or did they get a search warrant from Twitter to say, hey Twitter, what MAC address, what IP address, what location? Because this really good lawyer here, he talked about something called venue. Venue means that it happened within the county of DeKalb. So let's assume you do believe that Mr. Bishop posted revenge porn. Well, what evidence do you have that he was within the county of DeKalb when he did it? How do you know, if he did it, that he wasn't just making a loop around 285, going to see all these girls, or to do all this fake ideology that he's got? Because what people say he's a fake. And he posted it in Cobb County. Well, we don't have evidence of where it was posted at. How about it could have been there in Gwinnett County? We still don't have evidence, because venue is the area where it actually happened. What evidence do you have? And I'm not advising you guys to go back in there and watch the videos, because I did my best to eye bounce to not look at those disgusting videos. But
nigga, you watch those videos.
I can tell you that when you look at the videos, if you haven't looked at them in the back, take a look and see if they've proven to you where they were posted at. What county? Because Twitter would have been able to tell you, and the device would have told you.
Hey, he got a point. Wherever he posted that shit, he could have did revenge porn in another state, and it's not illegal. Man, he over here killing this shit.
Now, allegations of physical violence. I'm going to run through this as quickly as I can, but logically, if there was evidence of physical violence, they would have shown it to you. They told you that she was beat up. They told you, she told you, she was body slammed. I mean, could you imagine being in a park with 15 people around you and you're being body slammed and kicked and punched, that nobody ever noticed it? That these people, they were live on social media every single day, and the state did not go and get that evidence and say, see, here's the girl with the black eye. Here's the girl with the busted lip. Here's the girl with the busted nose. That all those videos that were posted, they would have done it. They didn't do that for you because it doesn't exist. And then the crime scene, obviously, there were no physical findings at the crime scene. They just want you to assume she said he raped me. He says he doesn't. You go with her because we have an expert that came in, Rick Ross, who tells you, well, he's in a cult and all that.
Hey, the nigga said Rick Ross. Oh, shit.
Those things, because I wonder, you know, he said that there's a line of people there. There's a line of people that's really interested in this case because he's a cult leader, okay? He's a cult leader, and that's what it is, but we're worried about this. Well, if that was the case, why y'all call Rick Ross to the stand? What was the purpose of calling him that? I mean, to me, he came to talk about cults. So if it really wasn't about that, then why'd y'all call him as a witness? I think you should ask her that when she gets up here. Why would you call Rick Ross as a witness if it's just about what happened on that day? Because it's not about just what happened on the day. The state wants you to look at everything else other than March 24th, 2022. When I got up here and opened the statements, I asked you to look at that date and focus on that date. It has been so hard to sit over there and listen to everything other than March 24th, 2022. But that's all you have to decide. That's all you have to consider in this case. a family of people that were something maybe you guys have never heard, is your most valuable asset in this case. What you're not to decide this case on is sympathy for Janae Newell, sympathy for Eligio Bishop. It has nothing to do with sympathy, and not anything about Eligio Bishop and his teachings. Okay? Not about Eligio Bishop's teachings. The state will tell you that. It's not about that. Even though that seems so intertwined in this case, we can't get away from it. This is what you are to consider it on, and just to look at a couple of them. Who is they? When I asked her who was they, she said I need to go use the bathroom. Why does she need to go use the bathroom? Maybe she needed to come up with an answer for what that they pronoun meant for her. I don't know. But I couldn't imagine that I'm in a house where I've been a victim of physical abuse, violent abuse for so long, and the person that can get me out of here, and I asked the people who are the same folks I'm so afraid of, can you please go drop me off? That doesn't make any sense. Look at the text messages. Now, in Walmart, I worked in Walmart for a while, really cool place, Home Depot too. There's a big customer service place at the one. There is lovemaking at one end of the continuum and way down on the other end of the world. And the Bible says, it says as far as the east is from the west, that our sins are forgiven, is what the Bible says. And I would say that this is extremely far. The east is from the west. I can't imagine how far that is. But lovemaking to rape, they're not on the same line. But she described lovemaking.
That's the same shit I said. You can't even put lovemaking and rape in the same sentence. How do you do that? You can't, nah.
From 2022 to 2024. It's not until she came here in court that she said that he raped her. He did not rape her. He's not guilty of that. He did not falsely imprison her. I'm asking you to find him not guilty of that. He did not post revenge porn. I'm asking you to find him not guilty of that. I'm asking that his beliefs not be on trial. I believe in a holy God. Mr. Bishop is not God. God created the heaven and the earth that we're here on right now. He ain't got nothing. Mr. Bishop has nothing to do with that. Now, their beliefs that we're all God, that's on. That's not what's on trial. What's on trial is whether on March 24, 2022, whether he raped this lady or not. And I'm asking you as you go in the back and as you consider each other that you consider that. Now.
No, I think that's about enough. I think we pretty much got the point. I don't know, man. Y'all are the jury, man. What y'all think? I think I pretty much showed y'all what the man been accused of. We couldn't sit here and go through all of the defendants and everything, you know. I ain't gonna drag y'all through that. But for the most part, man, we gonna see. We'll keep an eye on it. Tomorrow, if it's live, I might try to catch some of it. I haven't even seen what channel it's on. I've been having to go to somebody else's channel to find the coverage of it. But the jury is deliberating right now. They heard that closing argument. He knocked it out the park. The female DA, she actually comes back up, but you know, we're just gonna see what happens, man. I don't think that this man should be convicted of rape or false imprisonment. The porn, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. But if I gotta think about it like that, it's not without a reasonable doubt. So, if it was up to me, because I would have all kind of reasonable doubt in this, if I was just somebody that never heard of this dude before, you know, and I just had to listen to what they had to say about it, the inconsistencies and stuff like that, you know, without looking at the news or anything like that, I would have reasonable doubt. So I probably would find him not guilty on pretty much all them counts. I might find him guilty of one of the porn, the revenge porn, but for the most part, not the major charges, the rape and the false imprisonment. Nah. Y'all got to come up with something different. I ain't saying he a good guy, but you got to come up with something different. But anyway, y'all have a good night, man. I appreciate everybody who pulled up. Enjoyed themselves. We got some winners of the game, man. Email me if you won on the game, because I can't remember who all won. Just email me. I'll look out for you. If you did. I think it was Mika and 421 TV. Said that was the expert name. But yeah, man. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. Only 3 people? Okay. I got you. Mika, email me, Mika. But y'all have a nice night. I'm going to get up out of here. I got some stuff I got to do. I'll see y'all later. Wig Made 912 out y'all area.